Nice.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
All right. What is up? What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Timeless Gamer Show, where our games and our bodies may grow out of date, but our gaming experiences will forever remain timeless. And we are now live in Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And for all of our old episodes, you can still go to our official website. It's timelessgamers.com, or by going to the YouTube channel of the Timeless Gamer Show already. And for all of your messages, input, suggestions, whatever, just send them all to timelessgamers.show@gmail.com. And previously on the Timeless Gamer Show, we discussed our selections, our picks for the Lego video games. If you are curious on our discussion on that particular episode, you know where to go, you know what to do. For this episode of the Timeless Gamer Show, we are movie reviewing another one. This time it's Wreck-It Ralph. All right, Wreck-It Ralph back in 2012, the first airing of that movie, brought to us by Walt Disney Pictures, of course, suggested to us by Sir Juan, which we should mention. Sir Juan is just having some technical difficulties. He will be joining us here with the panel. Speaking of which, introducing the panel for tonight, we got Sir RV.
Hello everyone, RV here. In this episode, yes, we're reviewing the 2012 Disney animated film Wreck-It Ralph. To everyone watching live or tuning in via the podcast, thank you for joining us. Back to you, Sir Joe.
Alrighty, thank you for that, Sir RV. Sir JDM.
I like Sir Arbis here today. Maybe it's just Ralph's here. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. And yes, we're going to do a very late review of Wreck-It Ralph from 2012. Man, it's been a while since we had we're reviewing this movie. So sit around and hear our discussion on this episode.
All right, thank you for that, Sir JDM. How about Sir Viraj right there?
Yeah, let's just get this over with, yeah?
Short and sweet.
Yeah, let's get this over with. Let's do this. Wreck-It Ralph.
You already know this guy, of course.
You know.
And how about Sir Joel?
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Joel here on the Timeless Gamers Show. We are going to be doing a review of the 2012 movie Wreck-It Ralph. I'm absolutely sure a lot of you, actually, if not all of you, have already seen it. It's time to discuss how much you enjoyed it. So everything you talked about, everything you want to say, make sure you put it in the chats, not just during the live, but also afterwards. All right, back to you, Joe.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Joel. Now, before we head to the movie review, we are just gonna go with our show and tell. In this segment, we will just gonna show and brag our latest acquisitions for the last few from the last few weeks or so, whether it's video games, toys, books, magazines, soundtracks, anything at all, physical or digital, together. And let's go with how about Sir Joel? What do you got for the class?
All right. For in my case, as has been the Woot sale is still ongoing, and I know I bought this in the Switch version already, but I try to collect as much as I can for the Xbox. So the past two purchases that I've made have been for the Xbox as well. One I've already shown, but this one I bought for Xbox. It's My Sims Cozy Bundle. It's a good
Oh,
bargain for a 1990, actually 1999 less 20% because there was a 20% coupon, less than $10 a piece for two games, My Sims and My Sims Kingdom. Basically, this is not so much an actual Sims game as it is a building game where you build houses, where you build furniture. It's more of that level. You don't manage their needs as much as you do normal Sims games, like the need to pee and eat, things like that. But yeah, it's also a nice little fun cozy game where you can bring along with you during trips. And this one is more hardcore. Since we're talking about building, this one is construction simulator. For those of you who loved the idea of Tonka trucks when you were little, those old steel machines that you used to always fantasize about having and seeing your playground buddy play with, this the personification video game. Construction simulator, you're given missions to build things, and you use these big honking gigantic machines to use to build those things with. So this edition does include a lot of extra content like cosmetic packs and season pass helmets and things like that. But yeah, construction simulator both for Xbox and Mind Cozy bundle both for Xbox because physical media is disappearing, and I want to make sure that I have enough before my kid throws me into the old folks' home eventually. Back to you, Joe.
There's a question here coming from Jake. I'm not
Mm,
sure if this is a serious question.
mm.
What are Sims?
What are Sims? Sims are basically it's a shortened for a life simulation. So if you are trying to basically they're a means for you to play as a different person inside of a virtual world. You are simulating the actual life of a different person. It could be you, it could be somebody completely different, but a sim is a virtual person in the virtual world where you have to manage their needs, their hunger, their fears, their ambitions, the need to go to the bathroom. You can be as kind to them as you like and be as cruel to them as you like. You can build a swimming pool and then have your sim go swimming in the swimming pool and then take away the ladder and then watch him drown slowly. It can happen as well. So yes, those are the things that you can do with the Sims. And my missus is actually addicted to The Sims 4, which she has built an entire family saga in, basically a la Dallas or Knots Landing. So yes, Jake, if you were looking for a nice game, Sims or The Sims is a good place to start. Yep. Mhm.
I believe with the Sims, I think one of the documentations coming from a few psychiatrists say that
Mhm.
The Sims is a very good game for those people who have control issues. Not
Yes.
control issues, but in a way that uh, where where their life is so much in chaos,
Mhm.
something in a controlled setting
It's
where
true.
they
It's
can
therapeutic.
control,
Mhm.
a therapeutic way of doing things or controlling something beyond their reason,
Mhm.
where everything else is so out of their control or out of their range. Something more, a little bit more, we can say in control, in a more microcosm, in a sense that you are controlling every aspect of their life. If you cannot
Agree.
control your, if you cannot really get a hold of your own self, this virtual simulation people will be your best bet.
Mhm. All
That's
right.
the sim.
That's my showcase for this episode. Anybody else have something to show?
Let's go
Right.
with Sir RV. What you got for the class?
Oh, RV?
Um,
Okay.
not anything, but I think you might appreciate this, Sir Joe. I bought the DJI Osmo Pocket, and I have a little
Oh,
microphone
nice.
which I'm
Yeah, I was
using now,
curious
so you
about
don't have
those.
to
What is
keep.
that? The DJI camera? What is that?
And then
That's a
the
Don't
microphone.
microphone.
It's a
don't lie.
microphone. Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay.
That's not a
So
microphone.
you don't
That's for
have to
your
keep.
makeup, innit? It's for his makeup. So he can powder. Don't lie. Don't think I don't know what that is, yeah?
And
On
that's true.
Sunday,
That's
Sunday,
You
there's a
must
girl
be
called
very
Randy.
experienced with that, Viraj.
There you go.
I am.
We've got sound coming from Juan.
Yeah.
Very good.
When he's on the train, he's powdering himself up.
Yeah, right.
That's
What
true.
about myself? I've got so many blemishes. I need to.
Just a little bit blush on the cheeks.
Although, yeah, the sound quality is very good.
Yeah, it's the first time using it, so hopefully, so Joe doesn't have to keep increasing my voice when he does those.
It's very nice. The quality is very, very clear. I like it.
But then too, when
Thank
you're
you.
out doing your videos and stuff, is something to use. Or is it
Yeah,
just
yeah,
considered-
100%. Yes, which I will be. Yes.
It's a little bit challenging with the RV, really, because it's such a soft-spoken dude already.
Yeah.
So having his microphone from his previous videos is a little bit difficult for me to edit those out unless I really amplify the volume a little bit.
That's why you speak from the gut.
That's
man.
all for Sir
Take a deep
RV, I
breath.
believe. Let's go with how about Sir Viraj? What you got for the class?
Viraj, what you got?
So I've got a very common game that I picked up. Here we
Super
go.
Mario Brothers for Nintendo DS. New Super Mario Brothers. There you go.
Yeah,
Nice.
Very common, sold in the millions, right? This is a very good game. And I think it's probably one of the best handheld Mario games there is, in my view. I know people say, "Oh, have you played Super Mario Land on the original Game Boy and that set?" But I think this is the best handheld Mario game ever, in my view. I know there's Mario 3D Land as well on 3DS, but I think this is a lot more accessible. This one, so I got this. This is enough, and I've had this before, so it's just going to keep me busy. It's fun. It's just a fun game. The sequel on 3DS I found to be too easy, but this is fun. And I've got one of these.
Oh, it's a
It's
Super
Is it-
Graphics
vibrator.
controller.
Okay, so it's called a PC Engine, but if you want to call it a TurboGrafx 16, you're welcome to do so.
Oh.
But it's a Core Graphics PC Engine controller by 8-bit 2. Now, obviously, the normal one had switches, power like Auto 5. Basically, these buttons act as an Auto 5 for these. That's all it is. It's wireless.
Vibration sensitivity 1, vibration sensitivity 2.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, no, it's just that's what
Sex
it is.
joke.
I have it came with a USB and it's designed for the graphics mini, and I have that running.
USB, is it a more of an instant response?
It will give you instant response. It's very good. All right?
Is it wireless though? It functions wirelessly
Wireless.
without the wire, right? Okay.
Yes, it's 2.4G wireless. I don't know if you can read it on the back of it. But yeah,
it's 8-bit deal. Mhm.
it's a very solid build. I mean, 8-bit do and retro bit are like the two main sort of thing, but 8-bit do pretty much cover all the buys here. Definitely, and they do it in an American design as well, in TurboGrafx 16 colors, or you can have the PC Engine Japanese colors as well. Definitely worth picking up. I do find the controller to be a bit strange because the D-pad is right here in the corner. It's never centered. It's here. I always found that, and the original's like that as well. I always found that to be a very interesting aspect of this controller design. But it's soft. It's got round edges, and unlike
It'd be good though. Like if you like to for fighting games, you like to roll your finger. Like that'd be perfect.
I like this type of D-pad. And even the Genesis one. Here we go. Look, that has that kind of a D-pad as well with the Mega Drive. With the snares, unfortunately, you don't have that luxury. So I've always liked this kind of D-pad, but pretty cool stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much.
This is the one D-pad I didn't like.
So
Which
look.
one is that one? Oh, for the Switch. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's an abomination. I don't even see that as a D-pad. I just see it's 4 buttons. Yeah, I disagree. And the PlayStation has a D-pad similar to that as well. It's just more angled. But I think that's a 3D system, so you give it a pass. But Sega D-pad is the best. Anyway,
That's the best. On the go.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Viraj. How about Sir Juan? Do you have anything for the class?
The only thing I haven't started yet, is I downloaded the new Division.
Oh, the Division. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the only thing I have.
very nice.
And then I use my backbone controller.
Mhm.
But other than that, that's all I have.
Me, I mean, they have been talking about this earlier. I'm not sure if I showed this before. I got Yokai Watch, the first one
Bad man.
on the 3DS,
Nice.
Is this
There
the
you
PAL
go.
version?
PAL
Looks
version.
like it is. Yes. Mhm.
Level 5, yeah.
And then I got Yokai Watch 2, Electric Boogaloo, Both of them. The first one
Oh
is
yes,
Fleshy Souls, and the
Fleshy
other
Souls and
one
Bony
is
Spirits.
Bony and Spirits. There you
Yes.
go.
Oh, so there's two versions of the
Unfortunately, I
second
don't have the
game.
third one.
All right. Then
Yeah,
what it
third
is,
one is really rare. It's hard to find. It's expensive as all heck too. Yeah. hmm
All right,
All
that's
right.
the show and tell portion, guys.
Oh, did we
Oh,
have
hang on, Sir
JDM?
JDM, I think. Yeah, go ahead, Sir JDM. Do you have anything for the class? Anything at all?
None for this episode.
That's okay. No problem. No problem. That's perfectly fine.
No
Uh,
gaming related
You said you have
or
something.
Not even news.
not gaming
Upcoming
related.
game.
That's fine.
That's fine. Although one of our viewers is asking, do we have game magazines? Do we have game magazines? Sometimes, well, we do. I did showcase a few game magazines that I bought one time when I visited Barnes and Noble. I do buy the occasional issue of a Retro Gamer magazine. That magazine is a lot of fun. It's UK based as well, so it doesn't just cover the American releases or the American video games. It does showcase a list of other retro game consoles like the Sinclair, the Spectrum, the Amiga, and all that. So if you're looking for a good gaming magazine nowadays that looks back on a retro hardware and software, Retro Gamer magazine is the one to check out. But the classic games, the
Yeah,
classic
both.
magazines like EGM and everything, those are a little
Yeah.
hard to find now, except if you go to flea markets.
We have gaming books if you want that.
We have gaming books, yeah, from BitMap Books. Yeah, you might want to check that out too.
We will show it
All right, that's
on our
that's
ad.
it. Mm. Oh yeah, BitMap Books, guys. BitMap Books. I'm
Yeah,
hearing an
I
echo,
heard
echo.
I heard
There's a yeah.
I
that's a
heard
bad echo.
they
Mhm.
have new stocks for the CRPG book that they have.
Yes, that's true, and it's
I
revised
saw
too.
it earlier.
Yes, it's revised too. So there's
Yeah.
additional content. So I'm thinking about selling off my old copy and then buying the revised version
Mhm.
of the CRPG book. It looks like
I
it
think
looks like it's gonna.
that's one of the best-selling books that they have
Yes.
um in their books.
Yeah. I'm definitely thinking about selling my old copy and then just getting that one because it's got expanded content. But anyway, I think it's time to get into the meat and potatoes of our show.
Alrighty, Sir One,
Yes,
take
yes.
us away. Wreck-It
All right,
Ralph.
everybody. So we are here on today's episode. We are going to be talking about the movie Wreck-It Ralph. So if you guys seen it, you haven't seen it, tune in, ask questions. My plan for today is, I have a few questions I want to ask you guys about the movie, your inputs
Oh,
and
why don't
thoughts.
you give us a short summary first, a synopsis, Juan?
So yeah,
of
I'm just
Wreck-It
like I said, I'm
Ralph.
just giving you guys I'm going to ask you guys several questions, and I have a little trivia from the movie, and then I have some closing stuff. Kind of just fun things you guys can chime in on. So as we start, I will just ask you guys, what's your guys' input on the movie? Did you guys like it or dislike it? We can start with Joel.
All right, so I'm gonna start with a little synopsis of the game of the movie. Okay, so the movie Wreck-It Ralph is about a character who is basically an analog of Donkey Kong. He's the bad guy of a video game called of Fix It Felix, and he feels down because of the fact that he doesn't feature as a person or a character that anybody celebrates, and he goes out to try to find himself to find purpose in his life and to be celebrated as a character, and along the way he meets a lot of different characters from different video games, and and has a journey of discovery about who he is as a video game character and as a person. It's a pretty good journey, and I would say my personal review. What did I like about it? It touches a lot on arcade video game culture, my personal culture. I love arcade culture. I love video games that are arcade video games. And the number of cameos that you see in this movie of arcade characters and video game characters is astounding. There's a lot of them. If you pause the movie at almost every single point, you will recognize a reference to a video game both in arcades and home consoles in the movie. It's a little Easter egg hunt throughout the movie to try to find out which ones you will recognize, which ones had special meaning to you. And I would say it's a lot of fun. It's also a lot of finding references to how the main characters are moving very smoothly. The side characters are moving very jerkily, like they didn't even spend the time or money animating them, which is true to life in video games as well. The main characters, you will see smooth movement, but the background characters, you see jerky movements because you don't spend as many frames animating them. And one thing I really, really like about this movie is the storytelling. The script is very tight. It's well written. It's so well written that you can find enjoyment in it from beginning to end. It has a purpose in its storytelling, and it achieves that purpose majestically from beginning to end. It's a good story from beginning to end. It's a tight arc, and I would say it's one of the best video game stories that I've watched, bar none, in all of my movie going life. So that's my opinion, Juan.
Good. And then no dislikes about the movie or anything?
Dislikes. I would say the dislike that I would probably say about the movie is it's not as it's very well, but then again, I guess I would understand that because of the fact that it's concentrated on Western video games. It does touch on the Eastern side of it, but not as many. Sure, video games mostly in the arcade era was created in Japan, but they were ported a lot into Western shores. And I might have enjoyed a little bit more, kind of like Pixels, looking into the more classic arcades like it did mention Galaga, but didn't feature anything about it. Space Invaders, no mention at all. One of the classics. Let's just say that the era of arcades it did focus on was more of the late 80s into the 90s, and that's also perfectly fine. But I would have loved to see a little bit more of the more classic arcades. But yeah, overall, the dislike is very minimal, very very minimal about this game. I like this. I like this. I like this movie a lot.
That's good. Okay. What about you, Raj?
Yeah,
What's your input and like about the movie?
I saw this film all those years ago when it first came out, and I liked it then. And I recently I noticed like, oh wow, I've got this Disney Classics booklet of all the movies of Disney from 1937 to 2018, and one of the last films that's in that booklet is Wreck-It Ralph. And I thought, I've not watched the Blu-ray in this collection I've got. Let's give it a go, because I watched it yesterday to refresh myself, and it surprised me because there's 14 minutes of deleted scenes that I didn't know about. That's there, and it's actually quite a good Blu-ray, but. As a film, rewatching it again, I liked it more this time around more than I did all those years ago watching it. So I liked it then, but I like it now. I think it's a very good movie. I enjoyed it for pretty much most of the reasons that Sir Joel said, really. I think it's a very tightly written story. I think, I like the story's the heart of the film, and a lot of video game themed movies, or I think they struggle with the story because a lot of it's they're trying to be true to the lore of the video game, but it doesn't quite transcend as a screenplay very well. And it becomes a bit of a hodgepodge of this and that. Whereas it has a story at the very heart, which is, it's about Ralph. He's been treated like crap. And I think everyone in life has been treated badly. Injustice is a thing that we can all resonate with. We've all been cheated out of something. You feel sorry for the bad guy. He only wants to be included with the rest of the people in the video game, in that little hotel or whatever it is, that little apartment and penthouse. He wants to be with them. He wants to have some cake for once in his life. He wants to have a pie. That's all he wants. He wants some inclusivity. And they celebrate the 30th anniversary of that game without him. Of course it hurts. He felt segregated and isolated. And, then there's the main mayor of that town or whatever saying, oh, well, only heroes get to have the medal. Only heroes get to have this. And you're not. You're the bad guy. You're the bad guy. And that's his role in the video game. But is he a bad guy? No. He's got a lot of heart, and that's what I like about this film. He's a character that wants to be included. Here you see a still here of him talking with all the other bad guys. You know, Zangief, you are not bad guy, but you are bad guy. You know, that's the way it is. And there's a lot of humor in there as well. So you know, he goes on this journey, and it's quite a cathartic journey. I find it to be quite self-healing. You know, he goes into this other game with this, you know, the sort of FPS game, and to get this medal, and he goes through all these trials and tribulations. Then he meets Vanellope at the Sugar Rush thing, and you know, and then he finds someone that's a kindred spirit who has a similar problem. You know, she's not been included in that video game. Then you find out the conspiracy, and then the plot thickens. So yeah, it has a happy ending towards the end, and it's lovely. But I think the villains aren't as, you know, the sort of mustache twirling people that you expect. It's that twist at the end. I like the film because of the story, its heart, but also the animation in this. I mean, it's Disney. You expect the animation to be above par, and it is. And I know Disney animation has had hot and cold, you know, throughout the years, and we know that as of late, Disney animation isn't the best. But that's mostly to do with the story, not the animated studio. I would say it's the stories, and I think the story is what wins this one. Also, the acting cast. There you see that Jane Lynch is one of they got the right voice actors for the role. You know, so Sarah Silverman as Vanellope von Schweetz made me laugh when she was introduced. She's such a cheeky little child. You just have to laugh at her character. She's so funny, you know, and the way Ralph interacts with her and how they become friends, you know. I think there's something very sweet about that. So that's the thing I really like about the film. What I dislike about the film isn't something that can be helped, because it's an hour and 40 minutes long. This film, it's quite a lengthy film. But if you look at the set pieces, you got the world in which Ralph comes from, which is the game Fix It Felix. You got the background where all the video game arcades are all linked in that little block, and then, you know, all the other characters are there. And you'd like to sort of see a bit more as a video game fan. But then I know that I'm wrong saying that, but I would still like to see more of that. But then you see, like,
we all want to see more. All of us.
Yeah, you want to see more of the video game characters and all the other characters. And so you got that, and then you have, obviously, you got Calhoun's level, the FPS world that she comes from, and then obviously Ralph took those sort of he made a mess of things, and obviously that's what caused a problem in Vanellope's world. And you obviously got the candy cart game world, which Vanellope is from. So there's only like a few little things, but so there's not much diversity. But then you realize you got to contain the story. So the thing I dislike about it is illogical, because even I know they couldn't add more into it. We want to see more of this world that Ralph comes from, but there was a sequel for that. If you want to see a bit more, it's there. But as a story and how it's contained, you know why they had to keep it tight to that extent. And I know why they had those deleted scenes as well. So I'd like to have seen more, which is my thing I disliked about it, but how could they with the time that they had to tell the story? So that's my thoughts. I'm sort of shooting myself in the foot with that one.
Oh, we forgot to ask Juan. Is the episode spoiler free, or are we free to speak of spoilers? Because it's more than 10 years.
I mean,
come on, man!
The movie's more than 10 years, so I mean,
we're reviewing it. There's going to be
free for all.
It's going to be a spoiler-free review. Come on.
Okay, got it. So yeah, spoilers abound. Let's we're
we
free
spoil it anyway. They've heard me talk about the story. They know what happens.
Mm-hmm. No, you avoided spoiling it with that plot twist mention at the end.
Oh, I didn't say what it was though.
You didn't exactly. That's why I'm asking Juan right now.
Don't go turbo on me. You're not going.
Yeah, there you go. See? That's exactly
it, for this one now. I mean, there's no spoilers. Like I said, more than more than 10 years old. Like, I mean, who hasn't seen it?
Statute of limitations.
Or who hasn't seen anything pop up on social media, or it comes around. You watch.
That's true.
Like you said, Joe, like Pixels.
We're sorry if you've been sleeping under a rock.
Yeah, I agree, JDM. Very true. Very true.
All right, well, same question.
Sir JDM is still pinned under that rock.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm now coming out to watch the movie, guys.
Patrick.
All right, JDM. Okay. What's your thoughts? What did you like about the movie? Dislike about it?
Just like Viraj, I love the voices who did the actors who did the voices for this movie. I love John C. Reilly.
Yes.
Especially when he's with Will Ferrell.
Yes.
And
but I mean,
all of their
there was the movie that they did that was terrible. Okay, we can get into that later.
Which one?
Step
Holmes and
Brothers?
Watson.
Yes, that movie was
Holmes
and
not
Watson,
the
yeah.
greatest.
Okay.
I didn't even bother to watch that one.
I mean,
I'm a
I
huge-
watched it because, like I said, it's got both. I mean, both of them in there. I mean,
I'm-
you look at the movies that they have together, and dude, they're fucking
Hmm.
hilarious.
I mean,
And
I,
become
I,
that
They
one.
look like brothers. That's the funny thing, not step brothers. They should have called it bastard brothers or something.
well, the thing about it is, I'm a huge Sherlock Holmes fan, and I guess I just felt like it was a step too far in trying to parody or satirize Sherlock Holmes. But anyway, continue.
Yeah.
If you haven't mentioned that movie, I could have forgotten it.
There you go. See,
anyways. But anyways, yeah, the actors and even the character designs, they look like the younger versions of themselves, especially this character here, Jamie Lynch. It looks like her younger self and doing action adventure character. And I watched this when it was released a week after it was first released. I love every single moment of this film, and I can't really say anything bad for this movie except that I didn't see some of the video game characters that was included here, and Dr. Robotnik, I didn't hear him say anything. It's just Zangief, and Qbert has a dialogue on this, but I did not hear anything from Dr.
They
Robotnik.
didn't want They didn't want to pay another actor, right? They've got to keep their finances. Okay, the fact that it was in the film is an achievement. You got to hear Sonic speak though in a little advert in the you'll see Sonic speak. Isn't that enough for you? No one wants to hear Dr. Robotnik speak anyway. Right?
This is the
Right.
Jim
Carrey
Carrey
Dr.
would have cost him
Robotnik.
too much money. Jim Carrey would have cost them too much money. They couldn't do that. The joke is obviously Jim Carrey wasn't cast as Robotnik. It went for everyone's head, but never mind. But I think it's really interesting because you would have loved to. I think everybody in their hearts would have loved to have seen their favorite video game characters featured. Like for me, it's Sonic the Hedgehog, and it was cool. He was in the film. But yeah, I can understand. Like you want to hear what he has to say or that have to say, and it would have been fun if because it's a parody, isn't it? It's them making fun of the worlds that they come from, and it would be nice to have seen a bit more of that. So I think maybe that's something that we all sort of secretly longed for. But you got the main characters in there. You got some of the. There's always someone from a retro like Qbert. He's really retro, and it's really funny how they depicted him as being, like his machine wasn't popular enough, so they turned it off. So he's like just a beggar begging for money because Qbert just. Like Qbert, everyone knew about the game, but who honestly cares about Qbert here? Like, put your hands up. Who actually likes Qbert as a game? Not me. I certainly don't. But you sort of see why
Qbert, I enjoy it. I enjoy Qbert. The way that you navigate the field,
pyramid,
you have to adjust your brain a little bit in isometric point of view. It's a little challenging, but I enjoy it.
Yeah.
By the way, I forgot. I remember Topper. Yes.
Tapper, yes.
Yes,
Tapper is a
the
lot
guy
of fun
that-
too.
The guy who pushes the
root beers.
beer,
Mm.
root beers, right?
But yeah, I think Zangief was the funny standout. You wouldn't expect him to sort of talk. So yeah, it's there.
I was thinking, is Zangief really a bad guy?
Well, he's Russian,
Maybe,
he's communist.
yeah.
They are the
Yeah,
bad
be-
guys in the Cold War. Let's
yeah.
not make no mistake about it. They're
Yeah,
the bad
they-
guys. Yeah.
I mean, if you're just looking at it
I think
point
in the
blank,
90s.
at the game series,
What? He's a bad guy because he's a Russian?
and
Yes,
and how they
absolutely.
portray him in the movie, yeah.
Cold War,
Yeah.
very Cold War.
Actually, you know what? Yeah. So
But,
first
you
of all,
know-
the Russians right now, the Russians are the bad guys in the world. Let's make no mistake. Yeah. Two. All right. Even before this, when they were CCCP, yeah, they were the bad guys then. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We had the Cold War. We had the space race. We beat them to the moon just to let them know they were the bad guys. All right. I just want to put it straight.
Yeah.
They're the bad guys.
No,
Yes,
I mean
I-
originally,
I'm not sure
yeah,
about- I'm not
What do you mean
That
we,
guy.
Viraj? What do you
Yeah.
mean
What do you
we?
mean?
What do you mean we?
About capitalism.
What do you mean we?
Maybe Sir RV might know this. In Street Fighter 2, before you fight the big four, you'll fight Zangief first, and then Balrog,
Mm.
and then Vega,
Mm.
and then Sagat, and then M Bison.
No,
That's
Zangief
how
was
I
not a
that's
part
how
of
I
it.
usually remember it. But
No,
a lot of times you'll fight Zangief
Zangief
first during
wasn't
the
the
first
four.
round.
This should have been Balrog, Vega, Sagat, and Bison. Those should have been the four. I don't think Zangief was a
Yeah,
part of
those
the
are the
four.
big four
Mm.
four bosses. So with Zangief, that's a weird thing. We don't know. I mean, say what you will about him being Russian, but is he really a bad guy?
He's a bad guy.
I mean, originally, yes. I mean, but
why
after,
would we have
no.
this discussion?
And then
He
Street
said
Fighter
in
the
he
movie,
was
Street
a
Fighter
bad
the
guy.
movie, Viraj. At
said
the
it in
end,
the
no,
movie.
no.
he
Yeah,
showed his
that's
good
true.
guyness.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
He
true.
went from
In Street Fighter the movie, he did show that he wasn't.
movie is
He
a
was not
parody of
bad.
itself.
He was just misguided. There you
Yes.
Even M. Bison was a good guy in that film.
go.
You
Mhm.
know?
he was taken
You know what I
advantage
mean?
of. He was
So-
not paid for his services.
Yes, exactly. There you go. That's it.
Even Sagat was a good guy in that film.
Mm,
All
true,
of
true,
them
true.
were good. The only
True,
bad
true.
one was Dalsim because he was a pussy.
Mhm.
That's it. Yeah?
And Viraj has the right to talk about it because he's Indian. Anyway,
Yeah,
anyway.
Dawson's his, hey,
Disgrace.
Dawson, that's his uncle.
He
there
disgraced,
you go.
our family. He disgraced our family. He's a disgrace.
There you go.
He's
That's
also,
it.
He's also the bad prince in He's also the evil like minister in Temple of Doom. If you remember that same actor, Ross
Oh
Ansefi.
yeah, that's right. Okay, there you go.
And he was in Gandhi as Pundit narrator. He was playing that role. But yeah.
Sir Jose down there at the chat says Viraj loves Zangief because obviously gay.
I don't know if he was gay. I don't know if he was gay, but maybe. I don't know. He's gay.
He's a Russian bear. Haha.
Maybe.
All right, Sir JDM, back to you.
Yeah, so that's it for me.
And no
It's an
dislikes?
excellent movie.
No dislikes, anything that you wish they could have done. I mean, they could have made it longer. They could have put the extra deleted scenes into the movie. A director's
Yeah,
cut.
and I think I mentioned earlier the other characters, video game characters. We didn't see some of them. Maybe they're just really focusing on the story.
Okay. What about you, RV? What did you like about the movie and dislike about it?
I'm pretty much with everyone here. Like Sir Raj, I love the story. I also love the voice acting in it, particularly Jane Lynch. I think when I first watched it way back when it came out, I was also watching Glee. And so she's in Glee as well.
Dynamite
And
Girl.
so, but Sarah Silverman as Penelope is just spot on. All the little quirks and comebacks are just hilarious. I like the video game references that you see. Obviously, on screen you can see Zangief, Bowser. You can also see Ryu and Ken. And also Chun-Li is at the train station or the game station.
Cammy.
And also, I think Dance Dance Revolution was at the start. You see the Dance Dance Revolution. And at the start, there's like a little time lapse where you can see all the games like coming in and out and the kids playing and whatnot. And for example, you can see, I think, like Space Invaders, like there's even Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So it kind of gave me that nostalgic feels. And it was really nice. I think what I kind of disliked, I don't know, maybe me being selfish, I think it could have been a bit longer or maybe have a bit more like Easter eggs references. I think that, but apart from that, those are just very small nitpicks. I think as an overall, I think someone put in the chat that if this has got like an 87 or 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, I think it's well deserved. So yeah.
I particularly like how the Game Central station, where everybody gets off their train to go back to their respective games, is a little nod to Grand Central Station here in New York City. I been to Grand Central Station, and when I saw it, I thought, this is the nice little nod to that.
I think
Very
it
cool.
was called Game Central.
Yes, exactly. Game
Game
Central
Game
Station.
Central.
It was good. It was. I liked how it's a little touch of the real world in a video game world, which is which is a good thing to remember when you're about video games. You can enjoy the fantastic aspect of it, but little touch points of reality serve to give more enjoyment to it. You know, a little something that you've been to, a little place that you've been to, a little something that you've done. You know, something that you can relate to. I like that. I like that
And
about
at
the
the
film.
end, at the wedding, you can all see all like Sonic, Zangief at the wedding as well.
Mm,
It's
mm,
cool.
yes, very true, very true.
Yeah.
And what about no dislikes or anything about it?
No, I think no dislikes. I think this may get brought up later on, but I don't really like the character Gene. I think he kind of pissed me off. But the
What
actual
character?
movie itself,
What
it's
character are you talking about? Which character?
what's his
Captain
name?
Calhoun.
Is his name Gene? The
Captain
guy
Calhoun.
that
Jane Lynch character.
oh no
Dynamite Girl.
the guy that was like, go get a medal or something, and then he came back with a medal, and he was like,
Oh,
Oh,
the mayor of the
Gene.
city.
Yeah, fuck you,
Yeah.
Gene.
Yes, we made it.
Yes,
Yeah, I think
Gene.
that's,
Gene, the
the
mayor
guy who
of,
voiced
I
that-
forgot, Niceville. I think.
Nicelanders. From
Yes.
Nicelanders. Yeah.
The guy who did the voice for that was from Modern Family, innit? The main dad. from Modern
yeah, he's the
Family.
dad. Oh, the yeah.
A bit mean and a bit cruel, but I suppose it was very cruel. It seemed as bullying the way he spoke to him. So of course we're not going to like him, but we're not supposed to like him. So he did his job properly. What did you make of the king? You know,
King
he was
Candy?
crazy. King Candy, man. Now look, Jose's saying that Zangief was gay. That guy was gay. I'll tell you straight. He's the fruitiest one there was. All right, he's a fruitcake. All right, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying all
King
gay.
Candy
He's
is not gay.
Gay.
It's just being portrayed by Alan Tudyk. Okay, that's the difference.
I mean, but-
he's not.
Oh,
He's
he
not a
was gay.
fruitcake. He's absolute nuts. That's what.
But see, I mean,
yeah.
know that he's the
It's
voice
Alan
actor in this
Tudyk,
movie.
guys. It's
I
Alan
can't
Tudyk.
see him the same because of
I think
dodgeball
going-
when he's the pirate.
I think the saying "you're not going turbo on me," are you? Is like you're not going
Mm.
gay, are you? I think that's what he was trying to say. I think it was alluding to the
Yeah.
homosexuality making you go crazy. I think that's what this is about, man. This is a homophobic film. That's why you will like it. You don't like the Chicky Boys. That's it. It's as simple as that. And King Candy was the gayest of the lot. There we go. That's it.
I was just waiting for him to go all pirate on us.
That's why he didn't want. That's why he didn't want
Yeah.
Vanellope as queen. That's why he did what he did. Because he wanted to be king. And he wanted to turn Sugar Rush. Sugar Rush, having too much sugar in your tank. You know, it's a homosexual phrase. He wanted everyone to have sugar in their tanks.
I did not know
So,
that.
so,
I had
so,
no
so,
idea
so,
about that.
so,
That's
you
Rick
know where I'm
James told me
going.
that.
You know where I'm going. So your tank is barely full.
yeah,
You even have a reserve tank. All right.
Oh my goodness.
But
Okay.
King Candy was crazy. He wanted to take over the kingdom, didn't he? He was dodgy, and he took away, Vanellope was the rightful heir's crown.
Mhm.
You know, so he was an evil man. And he went turbo. He went turbo. He was crazy, but he was turbo. He was known as the guy who'd gone turbo, who named it after. He went rogue. That's what it meant, really. But,
So his motivation was because of the fact that Sugar Rush got so popular rather than his game. He wanted to take over Sugar Rush as a game, as the main
I
character.
don't know.
Is that
There
it?
was another game before Sugar Rush. That game, that's the one that he took over first. And then when his game and then that game that he took over got glitchy, both games were taken out, and he was able to reprogram himself somehow to Sugar Rush.
Okay, got it. Okay, understood. Okay, but yes, that serves his motivation because he wants the attention all on himself rather
Yes.
than on anybody else. Understood. Got it. Okay. All right.
Well, we move along. Joe, what is your likes and dislikes about the movie?
Well, you guys pretty much nailed it on the head already. Just piggybacking, really. I like Ralph here being voiced by John C. Riley. He was great in this. Okay. I kind of like their AA session kind of thing because their bad guy convention or meeting. At first, he was a little bit hesitant on showing up, but he did in this one. And during their ending session, saying the mantra of the bad guys, saying, "I'm bad and that's good. I will never be good and that's not bad. There is no one I would rather be than me.
Mm.
So at first he was very so it's like skeptical about that mantra up until the very end of the around the last act of the movie. He had this he came full circle with his hero's journey when he made the ultimate sacrifice, so to speak. Okay, and he said it with heart that he believed on that motto now, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, hey, that's good writing for you, right? And yep, Vanellope here being voiced by Sarah Silverman, which oddly enough looks exactly like her. If you guys know Sarah Silverman, and then looking at Vanellope,
A
it's
chibi
like
version. Yeah.
if Sarah Silverman is an actual kid, it's Vanellope.
I
Really,
think Disney prides itself in making its animated characters look slightly like
looks like they're actors, right?
yeah, the actors that they're voicing them.
Um, Jack Breyer's character here Fix It Felix. Yep.
I just realized no one talked about Phoenix until now.
Oh yeah.
No, no. I mean,
He's not an
I mean-
interesting character.
I mean, he's good for what he's worth in his game, but direct confrontations. At first, he was a little bit afraid, but then eventually, as the movie progressed on, he grew a little bit more courage. Like, for example, when the Nicelanders didn't wanted Ralph. I'm gonna spoil it now. When the Nicelanders
it.
didn't wanted Ralph in their party, they said, "Okay, Felix,
Get him out of here.
X name on the Ralph A."
He was a tool.
So,
He was a tool for
Yeah,
them. He was a
and I mean, Felix didn't really wanted to say outright, "Guy, you're not wanted here. Might as well just go." He couldn't say it to his face, to Ralph's face. Eventually, he had to invite him there. But eventually, as the movie went on, he grew a little bit more cojones here by talking to Jane Lynch's character, which is Captain Colhoun, about looking for Ralph inside the Sugar Rush video game, and yeah, he got a little bit more assertive as the movie went on. Jane Lynch here, and this was 2012. So when the trailer first when the trailer first came out, I'm like, I recognize that voice. It's Jane Lynch. I know that voice. Why? Because of Glee, right? Back in the early 2010s, when the show Glee was popular, Jane Lynch
For me, it was
playing as Coach Sue Sylvester in Glee. I know her from Glee, so I recognize the voice, and I'm like, oh shit, Jane Lynch is in this, and as Captain Colhoun, the pseudo butch lesbian,
You're not a lesbian, yeah?
Master Chief character.
Listen, the Fix It Felix character. Fix It Felix, he had Riz, man. She liked him.
Right?
Mhm.
She was
So,
a tragic
yeah.
character.
So I kind of like the ensemble here. You guys mentioned about the story already. For the dislikes, okay. The movie was marketed to us old gamers, really. The first 30 minutes of the movie is for the old video gamers, definitely. If you're gonna watch this movie, the first 30 minutes, if you're a gamer, you'll have a lot more fun in this compared to the last thirds of the movie, okay? Because like you guys mentioned, it would have been nice if they explored the other video games more, but the story more isolated, self-contained. They had to do it like that, and I understand that. I understand the hustle, but then again, this is Disney. Mickey, you have money, okay? Buying out some of the, you know what I mean, like buying the licenses to use these characters, you could afford it, Mickey.
But
What the hell,
sometimes,
man?
what
And I'm
if,
like,
like, for example, Nintendo said, no, you can't have Mario in the film?
No, fuck Mario. Okay, so
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, in the end of it,
Fuck
here
Mario.
the thing about the film itself, the Fix It Felix Jr. is almost already a direct analog to Donkey Kong, the arcade game.
That's why they
You've
have to
got
do it that way.
yeah, you've got Wreck-It Ralph, who's an analog to Donkey Kong. Fix It Felix, who's basically an analog to
Is
Mario.
there Mario already?
Yeah, so it's kind of like redundant if you have Mario and Fix It Felix in the same
He
film.
was
So
mentioned though.
he
did
was
get
mentioned. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
But for have Fix It Felix and Mario there, it's kind of like having Bruce Wayne and oh shoot,
Iron Man.
Iron Man
Yeah.
in the
Stark.
same film. So it's two millionaire tech fanatics who fight crime. So it's redundant.
I would have been convinced, like, if they use the characters from the bad guys convention, if they use those, not just cameos, have them do something
Yes.
during the third act of the movie, where the cybugs coming from the hero's duty multiplied in the Sugar Rush video game. I was waiting for them to show up. So the first time I watched this movie, I'm like, okay, so is Ralph gonna ask for help from all of the bad guys to do one heroic act? Because it would have been nice to say, okay, we're bad guys. We're nothing else but what we're coded for. If Disney was a little bit more creative with their writing, they already had Zangief, Robotnik, Bowser, and Bison, Satan. Oh, I'm sorry, Satine.
Satine, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. They already have those characters. Ralph could have said, "Guys, I need your help. Do a sounding speech about them being bad guys, but for one day, do something good." Would have been nice, but no. Mickey had to be such a cop out, such a cheapskate about this. Didn't spend that much money in this. I'm guessing they didn't really have that much faith in this movie. That's why we have this kind of thing. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. If I'm fuck you, if I'm writing this story, if I wrote this story, I could have inserted them here. Okay, I could have inserted them here, and it still be less than 2 hours.
Yeah, but what you don't understand is these films have to come out in the cinemas. Yeah, and it costs money to have a longer film in the cinema.
That's why.
Hey,
If I'm writing this movie, I could have still made it less than 2 hours. There are ways around it. I could have named a few scenes that they could have done. They could have inserted them without spending that much time on it. But no. But then again, hey, I'm not the screenplayer, the screenwriter here.
Right, you're not.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. They could have made something out of those characters. So
They
hey,
had
that's my impression. Hey, what?
If you want to play with
Why are you doing this?
why are you doing this, you slag?
No, why are you doing this?
You can play those characters.
I'm just saying. I could have made these characters do something more, okay, than just what they're coded for. Okay,
That's what they're coded for.
Have them do something. Okay, I'm just saying, do them something, but still keep the running time under 2 hours. It's been done before. Hey, even
to his point though, it's a movie about video games. Like literally, there's a lot you can't insert. Just looking at it right now, okay, this movie was budgeted for 165 million, and it made 496.5 million.
Yeah,
like, come on, give us an extra 30 minutes to push it over, 2 hours or whatever. Like,
I don't need the 30 minutes if I'm writing it.
Being a father of a child, yeah, you want to have like taking your kids to the cinema, man, and having them sit there for that long is already a mission. Yeah, you want to take them sit there for 2 hours, and what if they need to take a wee? You know what I mean? Like, that's a pain. You can't make it too long. Sorry, but no, it's crazy.
Well,
He's under the assumption that if you put all of those characters, it's going to be too long. No, it's not. No, it's not. You can easily cut a few scenes in there. Could have inserted them. For a few cameo fight scenes, would be still under 2 hours. Easily.
I'll give you that. But I would say, excuse me, I would say they did a lot more of that in the sequel to this film, and it wasn't as good as this film.
Yeah, the sequel was crap.
Yeah. So this film, what I say is, what makes it work is it stayed true to the story. It didn't throw all these characters in there and try to make a fucking cocktail, which is what you want it to be. Yeah, because it would just be too much in the end. Now I understand what you're actually asking isn't a cocktail. You're just saying we could have used these characters in another scene where they all get together and they fuck up the aliens that were destroying the Candy Crush. I don't actually think there's anything wrong with that. But then that's an extra scene of them having to fuck up the aliens, and they all have to have their own little set piece as to how, you know, Zangief is power driving one of the aliens and shit like that. You know, you're like, yeah, and that's fun. That'd be really fun. But you're still making a already lengthy film a bit longer. And when you go to the cinemas and you publish these films, and obviously the cinema people want to have trailers in there as well. You know, when you go see them, you got to watch all those trailers before you get to watch the film. That elongates it even longer. And then you're going to make it even longer by making the film longer? That'll cost more.
I'm not saying making it longer. I'm just saying making
you
it
are making it longer, you
smarter.
slag. What are we going to take out? We have to
I'm
take
not
something
saying
out
making it
in there.
longer. I'm
What would you take
saying
out? What
just
would you
take out
take
a
out?
few scenes,
What would
add
you
them
take
there. Still under 2 hours.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
but
look,
what would you take out?
like
to
you
put
said,
that in?
Raj, you saw 14 minutes of non-inserted clips.
Yeah.
That could have been in the movie. I
That
mean,
could have been,
like
but they
Joe
were right
saying,
to
like
remove
take some
them.
of those. You know what I'm saying? Depending on, I mean, I haven't seen the deleted scenes or anything.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but
Yeah.
you can take those and insert them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Quick question, Viraj. The
Those things
deleted
were
scene.
rightfully removed. And if
Where-
you watch it, you'll understand why.
Was there a one of the deleted scenes that might have made the film a little bit better?
No.
No. Okay.
It adds a bit
That's
more heart
Viraj's
to
point.
it, but I don't
Mhm.
think it would have made it that much better because the film has enough heart as it is.
Mm.
So, you know,
Okay.
and they've obviously changed. It's actually an alternative scene, I should say, an extended scene. But you'll understand why when you watch them. You think, okay, they were right to remove them. But credit to Joe. To be fair to him, his idea is better than the deleted scenes, and that would actually had more merit to be put in the film. But then, you know, what would you take out to put that in? There's already 1 hour 40 minutes. I think that's long enough for this.
I would shave off some minutes from the time when Ralph went to Hero's Duty. I could have shaved a few minutes when
the racing training montage.
During the training montage. Didn't have to be that long. I could have shaved a few minutes away from the actual race. I could have shaved a few minutes from the dungeon rescue.
Okay. All those scenes have merit and they need to be in the film. You can't remove them.
No, I'm not saying remove them. I'm just saying shave a few minutes.
Even then,
I remember right, is when it was like introducing Wi-Fi. Like, dude, that was like a 10-second clip they could have added that is for an extra haha.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's
Some of the
just things that they can do.
the fight gags here just for the kids. Yeah, fuck them kids. This is for us.
Film, it can't be that long. It can't be that long. Jose's made a point. Said no one cares how long a movie is. You know, like, Titanic was a very long film. Kill Bill went.
Lord of the Rings extended edition. People watch that over the regular.
That's correct. But the extended edition was released in the cinema. It's a home video thing. Now, you know, to be fair, when you go in to see Titanic and things like that, the budget for these films are huge, so you're expected to get more for your money. Yeah. And then Kill Bill, that's Tarantino. Of course, it's going to do well, and you're going to want to get more for your money. So comparing that to this is just a moot point as far as I'm concerned.
Tarantino, the foot guy. Anyway.
Sir, I mean, Sir Jose is letting off some steam down there at the chat. This is what happens when Sir Jose is not here. I mean,
it's like to his point though. You know,
just like that.
You're tripping on lengths of movies. Like me and Jose, and you know, in Baltimore, went and saw. It was at the time the Age of Ultron when it came out. That was 27 hours. We sat in the fucking movie theater.
Good lord.
We drove a little over 2 hours.
Shit.
Because it was only.
Well, then again, you guys are built different. Ain't nobody, and nobody else had that much free time than you guys.
Again, this is a film designed for a specific.
That's why you take time off from work.
Well,
that's why they invented PTO.
Yeah. It's a film for a specific kind of audience as opposed to other films. That's why I don't even look at that. I think 1 hour.
Look at Ralph is for gamers, nerds.
So, yeah, I mean,
the Marvel Marathon is for comic book readers and nerds. We fucking fall along the same fucking category.
I agree with these comic book films, and one thing I loved about the Justice League, the Snyder Cut, is it's a long old film, isn't it? And that's actually the best version of that film. And I don't mind sitting down and watching it episodically and watching it however you want. I think you need to have that content to tell the story for an epic sort of novella style thing that it is. You lose some of that substance and that storytelling. You lose it. Whereas a film like this, it's different. It's not exactly highbrow storytelling. It's a bit of fun. So you don't want to be spending too long in the cinema watching it, but you want to enjoy it. And I think the film is really as good as it can really get. I mean, whilst you could have said, I would have tweaked this and this, I think it's still a very good film. I'm not going to knock it.
hands down. For what it is, the theatrical release. Dude, it's a good fucking movie. Like hands down. I agree with Joe when he said that.
So question for you guys. So technically, this is like the third movie that we know. You got Pixels, Wreck-It Ralph, Ready Player One, where there's a lot of video game characters, lots of Easter eggs right in there. Out of the three, which is the best?
Ready Player One.
Pixels.
Pixels
For me.
I choose Pixels because of the fact. When it came to the scenes where they're playing, it's all retro. Centipede.
Yeah.
Like
in my case, I choose Pixels because Adam Sandler represents me, the loser gamer who was well, for lack of a better term, hot shit when he was younger, and as he got old, he kind of lost his way in terms of career, but eventually found that track that he had of being a loser turns out to be the most significant thing that will save the world. That is something I can relate to.
A lot of us can.
Well, guess what? I'm not a fucking loser, all right? So I don't relate to any of this shit. Okay, Ready Player One is the most definitive, objectively superior movie game.
Bullshit. Ready Player One sucks sour.
Took more money.
Ass.
Took more fucking money. Took more fucking money than your
Bullshit.
Pixels film did. I'll tell you that now. It's Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg shat out a turd with Ready Player
brilliant
One.
film. Brilliant film.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, if you've read the book and you see the movie is vastly inferior to the book.
That's with everything. That's with everything. There's only one movie that's better than the book, and that's The Godfather.
Agreed, but there are books that translate well into movies. The Godfather for one, Lord of the Rings for one. The what you call this? The other books do translate well. Like Schindler's List was also a very good book that translated well into the movie, but Ready Player One did not translate well at all from book into movie form because the thrill of reading the book and finding every reference in there does not translate into the movie format because it's way too crowded, it's way too cluttered, it's way too what's the right word for it?
It's a hard story to tell.
Scattered. Yes, that's it. And it's too cliched. The thing about it, when you see the movie, it felt too cliched in terms of plot line and compared to the book. When you read the book, it's very original in terms of feel. When you watch the movie of Ready Player One, where I know we're supposed to be talking about this in the Ready Player One movie review, but the movie itself did not come across as catering to gamers per se. It came across as catering to to a producer that felt like he was catering to a gamer audience, but it wasn't. It wasn't catering to a gamer.
Well, there's 607 million reasons why Ready Player One is better than Pixels.
Yeah, it's the same way that Avatar is a bestseller movie, but nobody remembers the fucking storyline to it. It's
so jolly in space.
Yeah, no. It's dances with Smurfs in space, So that's it. Dances with Smurfs. That's it. So that's
how about Sir RV? Sir RV.
And Quaritch in Avatar is right in his reasoning. Quaritch was absolutely right.
Well, Pixel's too lowbrow for me to even take you seriously. You're all raising mute points because obviously
we lowbrow people outnumber you highbrow people 100
I know.
to 1. So that's why
that's the same question, Sir RV.
Okay.
What among the three, which is the best?
For me personally, I'd probably say Wreck-It Ralph. I don't care what you think, but for me personally, out of those three, even though they're all good, I think I just have a kind of a soft spot for animated movies. I don't know.
Yeah, good argument.
Okay, how about Sir JDM? All three movies, Qbert is there. Which is the best?
Pixels for me.
Yeah.
So why?
That's it.
Simpletons, man. Simpletons.
Why Pixels though?
Because they're living the arcade video game life, and in Wreck-It Ralph, it's just cameos.
There
All
you
All right,
go.
and then they're and in Wreck-It Ralph, I mean, they're more focused on Sugar Rush than anything. Like that's their main focus.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's right. That's
so
right.
what with Pixels, what I'm saying, like I said, they're focused on the retro old games. You know what I'm saying, like
Much
actually
more
giving
spread
you
out.
strategy.
Mhm.
Like, oh, you need to play like this, you need to do this, you need to do this. In order to
Yes, you figure the skills that in Centipede, skills in Pac-Man, skills in Donkey Kong, they're well spread out. It does not focus on just one arcade game or
Concept piece.
one concept. It
Yes.
shows that different skills apply to
Mm.
different parts of life and in different parts of the combat. Yeah.
And
What
You
the
have
hell is
Lady
this
Lisa.
wizard? Seriously, Jose, you need to stop taking cocaine. Yeah? You are high on cocaine, bros. Yeah? What is
No,
this? The wizard
the
is
he
the worst
stops
thing
taking
in the
cocaine,
movie
you
ever.
stop filling your
The
tank with
worst.
sugar. All right.
Yes, and
Ah.
honestly, I do agree with him. The
Too much
Wizard
sugar in
is
his
better
tank.
than Ready Player One.
The
Honestly.
Wizard is better than Ready Player One.
Yeah,
Man,
honestly,
according to
it's
Gerald.
man.
yeah,
That's what
I
I'm saying.
agree.
Bitches, a lot of you. Okay,
I
Ready
agree.
Player One, then Wreck-It Ralph, then what's it? This Pixels movie, and then I'll say
I don't know. I don't know what it is about Ready Player One, the movie, that really rubbed me the wrong way. I guess it just felt so.
The CG,
No, not so much the CG
CG
as
was
it is.
actually well done.
the characters.
It felt so. No. It felt like it was again. It felt like it was pandering to the wrong audience. I guess it just felt like it. It just
Why don't you
somehow
just say you didn't like it, man? That's it.
Mm. Well, I tried to. When the announcement for the movie came out, I was really excited about it too, because I read the books and I read the book and I really enjoyed it. I still have to read Ready Player Two though, but yeah, the Ready Player One was a
Well, the issue
tremendously
they're having.
enjoyable book.
Well, the problem with Ready Player Two, even though Spielberg has said that it's in development, is it's very hard, like you just mentioned, to transcribe. Like you made some criticism that the film doesn't take the best out of the book into the screenplay, and on the problems they're having with Ready Player Two is exactly that. How do we make this into a film? And that's one of the hardest things to do. So that's what they're having difficulty with Ready Player 2. So I'd rather them not make it if they're not going to do a good job with it. I think Ready Player 1 stands alone as a good film on its own.
And you can't make Armada because of the fact that it's just a retread of The Last Starfighter. Plain and simple. Yeah.
Jose, man, too much cocaine, man. Hell of a drug. He lives to wind me up, this one. Anyway.
All right, back to you, sir. Back to you, sir. Go on ahead.
But I mean, I'm gonna read Jose's comment though. He says, and remember my line from the Pixels movie. Pixels shows that gamers can get pussy too.
True.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Minus, the five of us that gets it. Minus one.
Gamers can get pussy and dicks too.
Yourself.
There you go.
Well, I wasn't going down the line as Dix. I was just going off by his comment.
I mean, the fire blaster at the very end of the movie was gonna get with
Martha Stewart and Serena Williams.
Exactly. Yeah. See. There you go. All right, back to you, Juan.
All right. So, yeah. So, I mean, on the next part of what we're gonna go through, I mean, you guys want to do? I'll ask you guys. You guys want some, serious movie related questions, or you guys want to do a trivia to kind of like tone it down and have fun?
Up, your call. You're show captain.
You're the chief.
I'm not the chief.
You make an executive decision.
Okay, well,
Yes.
we'll do this. I mean, we can end it. We'll do this part, and then we can do our little ad break, and then we can kind of just wrap it up with just questions and see
Sounds
your
good.
guys' knowledge and what you guys remember from the movie.
Sounds good.
So this is going to be question one. So I mean, it's all based related on the movie. Can people truly change, or do you just redefine who they already are? And this is just coming from the game. And the bad guys, meeting and stuff like that. Can bad guys change or can they not?
No,
Why not?
because they're bad. They're programmed that way. They're made that way, right?
Wow,
I'm gonna take the Jessica Rabbit approach. I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way. There you go.
Okay. Nobody else?
Could have made it a little bit more sexier, but that's the truth.
He said in a very seductive tone, looking directly into the camera.
You, in my case, you cannot change your nature, but you can rechannel it. I guess you cannot change your nature, but you can rechannel it into different ways. You might not necessarily be able to change your the way that you handle stress, but you can rechannel it in a way that is more productive. I guess that's my take on it.
Oh, what is this? Same as
JDM,
well. You can't change
RV.
this book gay. You'll always be gay regardless of what it says. It's like, do you know, it reminds me of that line from Aladdin. You're born a street rat, you'll die a street rat.
Always be a street rat.
And only your fleas will mourn
Please
you.
will mourn you. You
All right,
can't
well,
change.
let's do this. I mean, I'll dive into question 2. What defines a villain?
Mm. JDM.
What defines a villain?
Braj.
Having a beard.
I think
Oh,
people became they become villain because they have this like a story arc that made them who they are, because they've been pushed around.
Sympathetic
People
villain.
did not
There you go.
believe. Yeah, people did not believe in them. So
well, people were bullied effectively, you know, and they turned into the darkness. Like, look at this guy who went turbo at the end of the film.
yes,
That's a classic
And-
example.
How
they
about
could have
your-
been the hero, but
Mhm,
because of the people who do not believe in them and
mhm.
people who let them down.
Basically circumstances, but it's also a question of what you do with those circumstances, I guess.
Okay.
All right. How about you, RV?
I think, yeah, like you said, past circumstances, their actions, what make them a villain. But in the movie, obviously, you see, even though the villain Ralph, well, not really villain, but in his game, he's like the bad guy. Inside, he really just wants to be good. So it's kind of conflicting, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, with King Candy, you know, he's trying to do harmful things, you know, in the movie, but you know, he tries to hide behind, you know, a good image. You know, I mean, granted, I mean, you can be a dick, you can be nice, like it doesn't matter. So, I mean, so is villainy about action or perception?
It's about, well, I think it's definitely about action. I think what the film is actually telling us as well is, well, just because someone is perceived as good doesn't necessarily mean that they are. So King Candy, behind that mask, he's wearing a mask, and you know, we see it at the end of the film that he's something that he isn't. And okay, what was bad about Ralph? Okay, he was designed as a villain in the Fix It Felix game, but the only thing that people didn't like him because he had bad halitosis, he had bad breath, bad personal hygiene, and he lived in the dump. And people judged him for the way that he looked because he's perceived as being this, and they didn't want to invite him to the party and all sorts of things. But actually, he's actually a nice guy. A guy just wanted to be included. He just didn't have. He was just written as he was just perceived as being that way because the way he looked. And I think maybe you shouldn't judge people for how they look; it's how they act and how they behave. You know, outside of what they're perceived to be. So I think it's your actions that define who you are, whether you're good or.
But your point too is also something that happens in the real world.
Yes,
and like I mean,
yes,
I've come across.
That's why I think it's a good film for children because it makes them realize that actually, just because someone looks a certain way doesn't mean that they are a certain way. You know, some people are pretty and nice, and you see it like some of the nicest, shiniest people that you think you idolize these influencers on YouTube who seem to be nice, but these are the most rotten people you'll ever meet if you know them for real. It can actually be that way. So just you know, look, but don't just look with your eyes. Look with listen to what people are saying as well, and judge by yourself if they're moral and right and wrong. So I think that's the message.
As far as the movie goes, Wreck-It Ralph, for me, it all boiled down to acknowledgement and validation, whether it came from Ralph himself or Vanellope and King Candy. Because just like Sir Joel mentioned, yes, you are written or born. You may be written or born that way, but it's up to you in the end how you're going to deal with it. With Ralph, he wanted to prove himself that he can be good. With Vanellope, she just wanted to be accepted by everybody else. And with King Candy, he did some things just to make he did he did the things that he did just so that just so that he maintains his relevance.
His power.
So all three individuals here in this movie were uh, were having the same kind of insecurities, but took different approaches on how to deal with them. To said took different approaches in dealing with such said insecurities and troubles here. So yeah, I agree to all of you guys. I would say uh, it's it's not it's a mixture of perception and acts as well, really, because the people the things that you might do, it might make sense to you, but it doesn't make sense to others. That's why they think of you as a villain. If they don't understand what your motive is, then that's how most villains are seen anyway. They're just being misunderstood because what they're doing, they think they're doing what is right, and the thing that they're doing, what they believe is right, is just is out or beyond the status quo. That's why if the status quo is this and you're going against that, they'll say, "Oh, there's something terribly wrong with you." I don't know. Maybe back in the days when we have stories where it's clearly black and white, good guy, bad guy. But as our literature went on, it's not as simple. You know, sometimes the heroes, yet yes, they're treated as heroes, but they can be terrible people too. And the terrible people perceived as terrible, they can be there is some good in there too. Sometimes it depends on the writing, really. I mean, if you're gonna relay that in reality, there's bad people, there's evil people, and there's monstrous people.
And then
It all
there's you.
depends on- yeah.
And then there's you.
Then there's you. I don't even know what you come under.
I'm just drawn that way.
You're just drawn that way.
Okay, well-
you get those who are just drawn that way, and that's exactly where Wreck-It Ralph is. You know, he's just drawn that way. I didn't see the FF7 reference that you're going on about, Mr. Estrada. I missed out on that. Did anyone else see it? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you have to pause it, but there's a graffiti.
Yeah, it says there Eric lives.
Oh yeah, that one. Coming into the Game Central station, there's graffiti on the wall that says Eric lives.
Yeah.
Yes, which is a little reference also to the Lord of the Rings, because people graffiti Frodo lives, in a lot of places too. So yeah.
So just to what Joe was talking about, like, I'll ask you guys if you guys want to answer, you guys can. If you don't, you don't. Like, how are you guys, growing up? How are you guys, how are you guys perceived as a person? Like, did you have people who liked you, didn't like you? Were you a loner? So we can start from the top. So Joel, since you're right next to me.
Yeah, I generally was an average guy. I made a lot of friends. I really didn't have any enemies per se. I was just coasting along as a youngster, and I really can say that I didn't really particularly care for making too many friends. They just made friends with me, and I treated them well. But I would say not so much a villain or a hero as it is like an average regular Joe in the background. I wish I guess that's
Okay.
who I was.
Okay, cool. What about you, Viraj?
Pretty much what Sir Joel said. I think that applies to me as well. I didn't sort of. I'm trying to think. Like, obviously, you change as you go through different phases in life. I talk about school, primary school, secondary school, how I was then, how I was in college. How I became a lot more vocal towards the end of the college. I was actually mostly a well-behaved kid. Would you believe it? It's only towards later on in life that I start causing trouble. That's another story altogether. But if we're talking about youth, I wouldn't say I was one of the cool kids. I wouldn't say that I was a bad kid. I mean, there were points in my life where I was a bit lonely because when my parents moved house from one school and I went to another, I had to start making new friends again. So that's where I was very much alone. And when you leave an ethnic area and go to a majority white area, that can have its problems, as you're aware. I'm not going to sort of tell you what they are.
No, you're good.
But other than that, no, I just got on with my life, and that's it. Yeah, I think everybody has their struggles, But did anything ever turn me into a villain? No, not really. I think there's a girl that all I will say is the only profound thing that I heard from someone I worked with. I hope she's all right. Her name's Tiffany. She worked with me at the stations, and she said something to me. We had this discussion. She goes, "Why are men such assholes?" That's what she said to me. And I said, and I paused and I thought for a second, and we discussed it, and we came to the conclusion, which was either they're born that way, and there's nothing you could do about it, right? It's nothing to do with the mother.
Sing it, Lady Gaga. Sing it.
Some people are just born that way, right? The second one is the man is an asshole because of a woman. That's what we got to the conclusion. A woman has turned that man bitter or evil and twisted.
I agree.
Or that man has allowed that woman to do it to them. So it's usually because of a woman, or they were just born that way. And there's nothing you can really do much about that. Although the man who allowed the woman to do it needs serious therapy. But some people are just born bad. I honestly believe that. And there's nothing you can really do about it. But yeah,
no, that's honestly, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, because from how I grew up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it wasn't I grew up. I mean, it wasn't the ideal situation, no white picket fence. I was brought up in, rough areas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was then, pretty much looking out for myself until I met my small group of friends, you know what I'm saying, that I was able to trust. And I met people along the way, and it's like, oh man, we're cool, we're young. And it's like, you're trying to fucking sit here and stab me in the back. Like, what did I do to you? Not a damn thing. Like, I had several that happen.
That's it.
I mean, that's just long story short. I had my, like I said, it's just, I mean, the reason why I asked the question too, because I mean, it's based on the movie. You know what I'm saying? Because you're perceived as the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna have their judgment on you, and they don't even know you.
Yeah, because you hung out with those guys, or because somebody did something and you with that group, or.
So I mean, pretty much, essentially too. I mean, as you're growing up, with your friends, it's like it's peer pressure. So like, say if Raj is like, oh, we're gonna go hijack something. I don't want to, but then everybody's gonna sit here and talk shit. Oh, you're a punk, you're a bitch, and then you're like, you know what? Fuck, I
had very strict parents, and I was more scared of them than the punks around me. And if I behaved did something, like if they caught me with a cigarette, I'd get beaten, man. I would get beaten. You know what I mean? The grillings I would get is, oh, this guy, he's got higher grades than you. Why aren't your grades as high as him? Because there's a lot of pressure on Indian families to do well. Obviously, we know Indians get in the neck like the Chinese do when it comes to academia. We're like very studious. So I guess I'm in that area. You are what you eat. You eat arsehole, you are an arsehole. Oh, yeah, there you go, Jose. Yeah. He's absolutely right. Yeah. you make the wrong friends, you'll become it. That's what he's trying to say. And yes, I there was a time when my mother goes, why aren't you hanging out with these guys? They're other Indians like you. And then I had to explain to her, no, they're not like me. They misbehave and they do this, this, and this. And I don't want anything to do with these guys. So there you go. Someone's having in the back. No, I don't wish that at all. It's a nightmare.
But I mean, like I said, it's just a reference to my questions. Like, everybody has
their demons,
something that went on in their life. Whether it's good, whether it's bad. We've all suffered. Nobody in this world has had the fucking perfect life.
Yeah. I mean, you say that, but then there are those people who have been mollycoddled by. We're talking about children of millionaires and shit.
Okay,
like that.
I mean, I'm not talking about them because they're fucking, born with silver fucking spoons in their mouth. I'm talking about, like us, general population. You know what I'm saying? Like,
then the question is, how badly have you allowed all these negative experiences to fuck you up, and has it made you an asshole? That's really the difference between us and
true.
villains.
I mean, honestly, I became an asshole. I cannot be an asshole. A lot of it is what clicks up here. You know what I'm saying? Because I can be a dick. I can be a sweetheart.
But here's one for you guys, because I think two of you here have, well, I know Joel's gone for a break, but you got kids now. So you do not sometimes feel I have a profound sense of responsibility and I need to behave the way I want to raise my kids as well. And does that not change you? Because I remember listening to a comedian called Jimmy Carr, and he goes, having kids, when you have kids, you die and you become something else. Like, you die first time when you get married and you change for that person. And when you have kids, you change, and that changes you as well. So you have kids now, and there are some, don't get me wrong, there are evil people or bad people who have kids. But I call me a hopeful person. But do you think that that can change a man to be a better man by having children? Because you want to raise your kids in a better world, but you have to be better to make them be raised in the better world.
I mean, for me, yes.
I think so.
Because of what I went through as a kid, you know.
You want your kids to have a better life than you ever did and not suffer the injustices that you went through.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes you far from a villain. But then there are parents out there that will be like, oh, like, I had a rough time and I've got to make my kids tough. So I'm going to teach them all the bad habits to be a bit rough, to, you know, teach them how to lie and cheat and do all these other things, which aren't particularly good things.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make them parents? Does that make them bad parents? That's another question as well. It's a powerful question, isn't it? Because to get by in this world, sometimes you do have to lie. Sometimes you do have to cheat a bit. Sometimes you do have to take liberties. I'm not going to put my mum in the thick of it, yeah? But my mum, to some degree, has said to me, your cousins and your relatives, they're very sweet talking. Like, look how your cousin from America said this about and complimented that person in front of all these people. Look how good that is. But I said, Mum, can you not see that he's being disingenuous? You know, I'm the sort of person, if I genuinely have something nice to say about something, I'd want to say it to them. I won't do it in front of loads of people just to try and grandstand and make people think I'm good. I think that to me is just fake, you know? So is that a good quality you want to teach me? You know, I don't think that's a good quality. That's disingenuous. So my mother couldn't kind of see that. My dad, though, agreed with me because he can see it from my point of view. So there we have like a tricky one in terms of parenting and what is to be good and raising your kids to a decent standard and what decency is. And different people have different idea of what is right and wrong. But I digress. We're going to the point of, you know, raising children to be bad and become evil, you know, and take on your habits. And sadly, I think there are people that are malicious and are like that and will pass on those horrible traits to their kids. And I think one of the root causes of this is poverty. Sadly, I think that's basically one of the root causes of it. And I think Mahatma Gandhi once said, poverty is the worst kind of violence. You know, because it does a lot of evil.
How about Sir JDM? Same question.
Nope. There we go.
Maybe.
I repeat the question to Sir JDM.
About my childhood?
Yeah, you know, like, I mean, growing up, you know, where, you know, how are you perceived as a good person? You know, do people like you, not like you?
Man, look at him. He's evil as they come. Look at him. He is,
well, I mean, just I mean,
like, we talk about Black Snape. He's Filipino Snape. Look at him.
I mean, just to toss this out there for you know, for who is listening, and who is watching. You know, my question is valid for the fact that, you know, it's the same thing what you see in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be a good person, but perceived as bad. That's why I asked this question, and it was kind of off topic.
I think maybe some of my classmates think of me as a bad person, unlikable person, because I was.
El nombre que tenemos los dos es Juan. Nobody likes Juans. Nobody likes Juans.
Number one, because you're number one. That's why.
Yes, and because when I was a kid, or even when I was a teenager, I wasn't really that. I was kind of silent. I only speak when I being asked.
Being spoken to,
yeah, spoken to. So maybe they're just afraid that I might suddenly blow up or something, say something inappropriate. But when I became a teenager, they discovered that I'm not really that shy. Maybe I'm the person who you would like to. I'm the person who is waiting for someone to
connect
talk
with.
to. Yeah. Yes, and then suddenly I became friends with them. And
Juan, do you think that you'd be, if I was to hang with you in school, would you be friends with me? Would they say, come on, we'll be friends? Would you be friends with me?
Exactly. Yeah, I would. Like,
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the other one.
Oh,
all right, Tim.
The other one.
You're my friend as well. Throw you as well. But I'm talking about
he was answering for me.
Well, you need to be more specific because, you know, there's
which one?
So when I'm looking at my screen, you're looking at
okay. Pinoy Snape. You got Pinoy Snape, or Juan or Pinoy Snape. Go.
JDM, yeah. JDM, yeah. Would you be friends with me if I spent time with you?
I remember someone because I
I'll
remember
be friends with you,
someone
John, don't worry.
who said that I think I'm he, he told me I'm capable of making friends, but it's just that I need a little push or a little more effort.
I think
to,
you are.
yeah.
So this was my perspective of you when I first joined this podcast. It was 2 years now or something. You seem to be quite introverted from everyone else, from all the other panels.
Yeah.
But as time has gone on, you've gotten to know me. I think you're one of these people who sits on the edges and watches silently to see, has this guy got the behaviors that I want to be friends with them? And
Yes,
then after a while,
exactly.
you warm up to them. I think that's you in a nutshell. That's actually very clever.
A lot of people say, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
exact
it's
words. And then suddenly when they discover that I'm this evil,
Separate state, yeah? Filipino state. That's you. No, I'm kidding. No, you're all right. You're all right, Juan. I think.
What do they say? There's a Filipino saying about that. Nasa loobang kulo.
Oh,
There's
it's kind of like kind of like the river runs deep. So
Yes.
you don't know what's happening behind a man's eyes until he speaks the words or something like that. Yeah.
So they will be shocked when I tell a joke or something. They will be mind blown and something like that.
Or that saying, let's not wait till the water runs dry. That's a song.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's me. That song is about me.
Let's not wait till the water runs dry. How about Sir RV? Sir, question. Same question.
Yes. Firstly, I just want to say that I would be friends with you, Viraj, if we were younger, and I would be friends with everyone here. That being said, I was not that type of kid that was like the popular kid, or I wasn't really like the least popular kid. I was kind of in the middle.
You grew up in Perth, right? You grew up in Perth.
No, I grew up in Melbourne.
Melbourne. All right, but you live in Perth now. Okay, go on.
I live in Perth now. Yeah. I guess it was a bit hard because I was the only child, so I did feel a bit lonely at times, especially being Asian, which is a minority in Australia. So it was a bit challenging, but yeah, I definitely didn't hang out in the wrong crowd or anything like that. I just kind of stayed in my lane, like you could say, and like Severide said, as you grow older, you go through stages in life, and for example, I guess there were times where I would try and be nice or play the hero, I guess you'd say. But yeah,
RB is saving bitches.
No, I think but since we're doing quotes, I think one of my favorite quotes is from the Dark Knight. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. So yeah.
Well, hopefully in this case we don't see you become a villain as time goes by, RV.
Well, I make that joke whenever I go to markets, you know that, because people see me as that. I say, listen, the reason I started selling off my collection and doing this is, look, I either die a hero, and now I've lived long enough to become the villain, so I'm selling you all this stuff now for higher than normal prices. But that's another story.
Calm down, Dr. Eggman.
But no.
All right.
We'll
my
push
case,
this over to Joe.
I'll try to bring it back to the movie, especially when that scene when they were celebrating the 30th anniversary of their game, right? And the people of the Nicelanders bought into the hype that he's such a bad person, not really getting to know him. So when Ralph tried to mingle with the crowd was like, okay, what the hell is he doing here? Especially with Gene. Okay, fuck you, Gene. All right. So I'm like, what are you doing here, Ralph? And I'm like, he's part of the community too, I mean, if it wasn't for him, then you guys have nothing better else to do. And he was such very dismissive, and everybody else was. And then, of course, that's why that became the motivation for Ralph to do what he did. And then when Ralph eventually came back to the apartment complex, and he said, "This is not what I wanted. Everybody else is gone. Gene was the only one there." And when he said, "I didn't, this is not what I wanted," about them being gone,
Mm.
living in the apartment or living in the. I mean, he said that I don't want. I just don't want to live in the dump anymore. And then Gene could have said something more positive or a little bit more reassuring, but no. Gene, being Gene, said something like, "Okay, now you can live in now you can live in the apartment.
It's
Here's the
empty.
key."
Yeah, here's the key.
Like, and I'm like,
But
"Fuck you, Gene.
I can live on my own. You can live on your own. You can have it. There it is.
You can have it." I mean, like all throughout that movie, there was no redeeming factor or a redemption act for Gene. By the end of the movie, he's just they just accepted Ralph. I mean, no sorries, no apologies whatsoever. Would be nice if they included that, but no. So yeah, again, fuck you, Gene. I mean, in my case, growing up, I'm like a chameleon, really. Depending on it depends on who I'm with. I try to adapt properly. If there were instances where there's this group of jocks, there's this group of nerds, and this group of let's just say what's the right word, Sir Joel? But Tagalog is bulakbol.
Oh,
Uh,
the truants. I guess
the true ones, right?
yeah.
Not really true ones,
Well,
but
no.
um,
The
what's
I
up?
guess,
Delinquents, maybe?
yeah,
Loose.
delinquents. Yeah, delinquents. Yeah,
Children that were loose.
Delinquents, right?
yeah,
Loose.
Yeah.
delinquents. Yeah,
So,
that's right.
Yeah.
there were, I mean, there were times that I hang out with all of them. Not really. I'm not looking. I was just looking for a clique per se that I truly belonged, and I could hang out with the delinquents. I can act like one. I can hang out with the nerds. I can act like one. I can be a jock if I wanted to. I can act. I can
Yeah,
act like one.
No, you. I swear to God, you're the one. Out of all of these people here, I'd be friends with all of them. You I'd be worried about. You're the one I worry about. You'd be the sus
That's
one.
the thing.
Yeah,
That's the
I'll
thing
be a
because
bit
you don't
worried
know.
about that. If I really want to get close with this guy, he's a bit sus. I get a bit scared.
A bit sucks, right?
Even Jose has a better chance with you, and he's calling me gay all the time. Yeah, even he has a chance. But you,
No, I
you're the
mean,
one I worry about.
I would
Yeah.
say, for example, with Sir RV, I have known Sir RV even like back in the I've known Sir RV in YouTube, in the YouTube streaming community, like live stream community, back in 2019. We've already encountered each other before, but not until not until he joined this podcast that we actually interacted this much. Because before it was just a passing uh, highs and hellos. That was it. He had his own crowd. I had my own. Up until today, I mean, up until just recently when he joined this podcast, that we're actually talking a lot more now. Same thing with Sir Joel. When Sir Joel came in during the podcast and as our guest at the time, I knew right then that I'll have a lot more in common with Sir Joel than I thought that I originally thought of. Same thing with Sir JDM. As initially like you guys said, he was the introverted guy, but as the years went on, we were able to understood Sir JDM's inner workings, like how he usually operates. I mean, yes, he's silent, but when he speaks, there's a punch in there, right? So yeah, I mean, it's all about understanding it's all about giving enough time to understand the person.
Pinche pendejo.
Fucking weirdo.
Hmm.
Oh gosh. Okay. Fair enough.
No, I mean, but see, I agree with Joe though. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I jumped in, with you guys, Halloween last year, I mean, yeah, I mean, quiet. I sitting here listening to how Jose talks to you guys and how he brings shit up, I'm just like, okay, I don't want to be like that because I wasn't trying to be hated, But now that I've known you guys for for a while now, I've been doing these episodes with you and starting the new the SST stuff that we started doing. Like it's a comfort level. Like I mean, it's more like a redefined built family that I've come across. I'm saying? Like all you guys are cool and I fuck with all you guys. I mean, even though like I wake up to 100 plus notifications in my chat, but I wouldn't change this shit. Like, I mean, I'd keep it the same way. I'd do it all over again if I had to. What I'm saying? Like I'm growing with all you guys, individually. What I'm saying? Like we can hold conversations. So I will,
Yeah, we're dudes. That's how we are.
But I mean, even like I said, even for the ladies in the chat, what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we're dudes.
No, they're
all
dudes
cool.
too. Yeah.
And we're look how long it took me to start talking the shit that I'm talking in our chat. Just I mean, for fun and laugh, just to get people, understanding who I am as an individual.
Speaking of laughing with Sir Jose, the moment I heard him really laugh genuinely, I always wanted to make sure that in every episode that he's in, and I'm not doing this intentionally, but I'll try to be funny just to make him laugh. Because when Sir Jose laughs, it's like really like it's like really like an amusing laugh. Like if he laughs, you tend to laugh too. So I try to make sure that that I might say something funny that I think he might find funny, so he can laugh, even if it's out of my expense,
So
my own expense.
So you want? I mean, essentially you're needing the validation and approval from Jose by his laugh.
Listen, we're getting sidetracked here. We all need to
No,
understand.
because the episode is a little bit more amusing if he finds some amusement too.
I mean, the same thing. Outside of doing this, when we like gamed and shit together, like I mean, dude, we talk shit. Like literally, and it's always him laughing. But then too, like his quote, known him for 14 years, and when he first met me, I could have been a weirdo. Yeah, I'm trying to assess the situation. But once he was the first person that I got cool with when I worked there, and then we started turning our friendship into like a game. We used to go fucking hide and scare each other just to hear him fucking like laugh and fucking scream,
Prank each other. Okay.
So I mean that shit was fun, and ever since then, we started hanging out outside, we did E3, we were doing this, we did the Marvel Marathon, like our friendship grew and it built. And the one friendship that I cherish, from being where I was staying, I built on that and I started doing things, like, for example, like, birthdays. I'd fucking, buy him something like expensive and then I'll fill a bag up with a bunch of just random shit. You know what I'm saying? Just to show, my friendship, my loyalness to him. I mean, everybody does things differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Joe can do something different for Joel, RV to JDM, Viraj, just fucking, he'll whack off himself.
Well, yeah, I will.
But side note though, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like I said, I know we've kind of stepped off topic, but I mean, everything that we're talking about is still related to the movie about, being liked or disliked.
Yeah, and friendship at the end of the day. I think that's it's when you got to meet someone like Wreck-It Ralph and you meet Ralph and you got Vanellope and they're different, but they're similar in terms of the circumstances they're in. They both have similar things that they want and they dream, and that's how they became friends. And that's kind of with you and Jose. Jose says he was a weirdo, but hey, birds of a feather, right? You're both weirdos. Yeah, so you both.
It was actually when you guys mentioned that the other racers destroying Vanellope's cart, the cart that she made herself.
He did that
didn't faze me. But Ralph destroying the cart that they both made, yeah, I mean, Vanellope was more upset with that one compared to the one earlier.
Also, you could see that it was tearing up Ralph as well because he needed to do it and he knew that he had to do it, but he didn't want to do it.
He needed to do it. He's lied to the king.
Exactly.
He was that's the thing. He was trying to be cruel to be kind.
Yes. It's that conflict deep inside of you that makes for good storytelling. You know that it's sure there is the simplicity, and we all like the hero's journey, but there's also a little bit of emotional complexity that does lend itself well to the storyline, and that's the good thing about Wreck-It Ralph. It's not just surface level gags, visual pratfalls and things like that. It tells a good story from beginning to end, and the emotional beats that it has does play well, not just to the audience, to the children, but also to the adults as well. So yeah, it's good.
One of my questions, we covered it in our big rant,
Mm,
but I will ask one more question,
sure,
and then we can do our ad break, and then we can kind of wrap it up with
sounds
our
good.
little trivia. So, Vanellope's glitch. Do you
Mhm.
guys think it's a weakness or a strength?
I think it's a strength.
Strength.
The strength, because it's basically where that transcends to me as a human is for many years, and this is personal to me. I don't know about you guys, but this goes back to my childhood as well, where all my family knew what they wanted to be when they grew up. I got a cousin who wanted to be journalism. I had another cousin who wanted to go into IT. He's now a project manager for Cisco. I've got a brother who's a doctor. He always wanted to be a doctor. Me, I didn't quite know where I wanted to be. And for many years, I thought that was my biggest curse. That was my glitch.
Mhm.
I thought that was my curse. But then I realized, do you know what? No, it's not a curse, because it means that I'm open to so many opportunities. I'm not locking myself down to something specific. I can keep my eyes open and see something that I might want to do. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, nobody wakes up one day saying, I want to drive trains. Well, there are people that do. There are people I work with that love it. But I've fallen into the path that I went on from working in consumer electronics retail and then management and things like that and looking after people. It led me here because I was so good with people, and people that are really lifelong friends who helped me get into Transport for London and told me, look, this is what you need to do. This is a good you've got a really good benefit scheme here. You've got a final pension salary. Who has this? These are really good benefits you get with this job. Go for it. I walked in, and the best decision I've made in my life in terms of the career path I've chosen. I'm so much better off than my brother going down this road and all my other cousins who knew what they wanted to be. I thought they were successful, but in terms of my salary and benefits that I get, it rivals them 10 times over. So actually, that was my glitch. I didn't know what I wanted to be, and I felt that I was a failure, because I remember hearing people, like even Arnold Schwarzenegger, a man who I admired, right, say, look, to be successful in life, you have to have a vision. And there is truth to that. You have to have some kind of vision and follow it through. But then I thought, well, I don't know what it is I want, but I can see this is a pathway for me, and this is a career opportunity that I can go through. And that's the vision. It might not be my vision, but it's something that I think I might get on with and give it a go, give it a chance. And I worked hard to get into the roles within Transport for London, being safety supervisor and then train driver, etc. And now I'm happy. I'm really happy with this job. It's a really good job. I'm happy with what it gives me, etc., etc. It's not perfect, but then I don't really know what would be. But at the same time, I'm happy with the pay and benefits I get compared to my contemporaries. I'm better off. So that was my glitch. I'll take it. There we go.
Yeah, but you still won't play Train Simulator on stream, so that still disappoints me.
There's a
Train
simulator in my depot, a proper simulator that I can sit in and play.
Oh, okay.
But when you're not sitting at your depot, you can be sitting in your living room couch. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Because
One
guess
gets
what?
me.
You're the experienced one, because granted, I don't know jack shit about trains, but you get on them and you get off of them.
Listen, after an 8-hour shift, you don't be taking your work home with you, guys. You want to do something else. I'd rather fire I've got one of these things here. It's a cyber stick. Look, I've got one of these things. I could be a jet fighter pilot. I'd rather have one of these to play Afterburner with rather than driving trains.
I agree with Biraj.
There are different things we can try, and there's no
wheel.
I don't think.
In JDM's case, I don't think he wants to play PC building simulator after a long, hard day of building PCs.
I guess I'm the only one that pushes through, because, like I said, when I'm working, I'm thinking of music, how to create, what to write. You know what I'm saying? Even with my job, dude, I do that all day, every day. Coming home, doing everyday life things, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still going in okay, I need to create music. I got a project that I'm slowly releasing. I'm helping working on the TGS stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just I constantly go. I don't stop.
So very quickly.
So that's my glitch. Like I keep on. I'm like the Energizer Bunny, going and going and going.
Well, what I'm saying is to conclude, my glitch, which I thought was a weakness, is my strength. It allowed me the flexibility to do what I want and where I'm at now. So I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Perceptual simulate in real life. Yeah, well, there we go.
In other words, the sim.
In the words of somebody that I've encountered in my life, he told me this as I saw him hitting on somebody. It's hard out here being a homo. Yeah, I saw him like trying to hit on somebody, but then he was like, I like this person, and like it crushed his heart. He's like, it's hard out here being a homo.
It's hard. It's hard finding someone that likes you as much as you like them, whether you're gay or straight. It's just one of those things. It's a fact of life.
Okay. Sir JDM, Vanellope's glitch, strength or weakness? Go.
Strength, because
Why?
Because along the way she was able to use that glitch when she was doing the race,
Cheating?
right?
She's cheating, basically.
Yeah. And
Just cheating.
that's just what she was. At near the end of the movie, when she finally realized that she's the main character, right, of Sugar Rush. She was wearing this dress, right?
Yeah, the
Then
princess dress.
The princess dress. Then all of a sudden, no, it was just a joke. This is me. This is who I am. The glitch, the glitch girl. Right?
Right. Sir RV, same question.
Yeah, so like what Sir JDM says, once she was able to control it, because at first she didn't really control it, but once she learned to kind of control it, it definitely was a strength. And like like you finally mentioned, it's like cheating. And I just remember now the image where the girl's playing the game, and then she's kind of like in third or fourth position, and then she glitches into the first, and so yeah, it's definitely like a strength of hers for sure.
She's like
Go, Sir JDM, go.
she's like Dr. Boskonovich from Tekken 3, right? That secret character that has the very flimsy doctor that it feels like he was glitching, but it's part of his moves.
Sugar Rush. I'm guessing like this is most likely Sir Joel will know this. Cart, it's a cart game. Okay, I would assume each of those racers have their own quirks, that have their own special moves.
Yeah.
And I'm just guessing. Okay, Penelope's glitch is just teleporting all over the place, right?
Yeah.
I mean, would have been. I mean, like I would assume each of them have their own thing. I mean, otherwise, if it's Penelope just having that kind of thing, then yeah, I'd say she's cheating the hell out of that one. But then again, saying it's a strength and a weakness, the glitch per se, it can be said that can be such an allegory to a person's individuality, or a quirk, or it can be an idiosyncrasy which makes one person unique, right? So in her case, in this movie, that's how they say it. It's a glitch, okay? That makes her. That makes her the individual, and it could be. It all depends on how you use it, really, to your advantage. In some cases, some glitch can be a gift to some others. Some might say it's a burden or it's a curse for them. Like you guys mentioned, it's all about perception. It's all about how you deal with it, how you live your life, accepting it or rejecting it, right? All of us as human beings, we have our own thing. We have our own thing going on. Adversity helps build character. All right. and eventually our own glitches tend to manifest when we face such adversities. And when I say it builds character, it helps it shapes us on how we perceive life as we face such troubles, such adversities, right? Sir One, back to you.
Oh no, sorry, I was reading Jose's comment. Like, I always think it's funny when the review is longer than the movie.
Actually, the first was okay, and then the second half became a little bit more philosophical. Became a little bit more philosophical.
Well, that's why
But-
I apologize in advance. But like I said, I mean, I feel that the questions that I asked too was valid just on the point of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Because granted,
By the way,
everybody lives the same life too as what I'm saying, as like a movie character.
We were doing quotes earlier, right? I think I remember one quote from Metal Gear Solid. It was from Otacon, saying this to Solid Snake. It's not a weakness. I call it a character flaw.
A character flaw.
Or, in computer terms, it's not a bug, it's a feature.
It's a. Is it though?
Is that why Windows 11 is so crappy?
Yeah, so many features, translation, so many bugs.
Well,
Anyway, so
if we're doing quotes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I will touch on JDM because I'm a Metal Gear guy too. My favorite one from Snake. How did it go? A strong man doesn't need to read the future; he makes his own.
okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Makes
Like
sense, makes
individuals, you know what I'm saying? We kind of we create our path.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if everybody wants to be a dickhead, that's their path that they're going to take.
That's correct.
Hands down.
Behind every great black man is a police.
You see this shit? This is why you and I can never really be friends. Yeah, these guys I can probably you are something else. You are something else.
Stay
I worry,
away,
like
evil.
And with that,
Yeah.
we do our ad break. Okay,
Well,
sounds
let's
like a
answer
good
this
place.
question before our ad break. So Jose
Okay.
says for everyone, bang, kill, marry Jean, or bang, kill, or marry Jean, King Candy, or Satine.
What sort of gay shit is this?
Yeah, I refuse to play this one. No. Break, Joe, bring us to ad break. Come on, take it.
I guess you know what? We'll just end. We'll all. This is gonna be by default. We'll all kill Jean.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, we'll with that one I agree.
Yes.
All right, Joe, take us to ad break.
Okay, hear me out.
Uh-oh.
No, man. No.
He's already started.
Start your own online live streams, webinars, podcasts, online classes, and virtual presentations with Streamyard. By using Streamyard's user-friendly interface, you can also do simultaneous multi-streaming if you have accounts to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and other platforms. If live streaming is not your style, video and audio recordings are also available, especially with those who have variable and inconsistent internet connections. The finished output will still come out as clear and well articulated exactly as you originally intended. You can also customize the appearance of your presentation, like green screen effects, facial touch-ups to smoothen out those facial blemishes, multiple cameras for multiple guests joining in the discussion, your own wallpaper on the background, adding your own logo as a watermark, sharing videos from your own computer or other website for added visual aids with or without audio, uploading your own background music if you wish to set the mood when talking, and lots more. Before you can enjoy all of the wonderful full features of StreamYard, you can start with a 14-day free trial by using our link. Not only that you are supporting the Timeless Gamer Show, but you can see it for yourself how easy it is using StreamYard. Do you like playing video games? Do you like reading about history? Do you like learning about video game history? Then you should give yourself the gift of owning some video game history books from BitMap. Since 2014, BitMap Books have published numerous colorful and well-detailed hardbound books about video games, ranging from the different video game consoles of old and the various video game genres that will surely pique the interest of its core fan base. BitMap's team of global video game journalists, players, and illustrators have produced numerous award-winning titles that celebrate the software, hardware, and developers that laid down the foundations for the billion-dollar video game industry we all know and love today. International shipping is also available with careful and considerate packaging from BitMap Books. If you don't want to take my word for it, then you can believe the people, almost 10,000 satisfied customers who submitted their glowing written reviews and video reviews after receiving their books from BitMap. By ordering your first BitMap book using our link, you will also be supporting the Timeless Gamers Show in spreading our love of video games and their rich history.
All right.
That was a nice fake out, Joe.
Are you
That was a good fake out.
Are you gonna answer? You know you
Oh,
want to.
are we supposed to answer the question?
No. That was a fake out. And
All right,
it
so-
was perfect. It was perfect. Okay.
All right, so as we get close to to wrapping this up, so I have a little trivia round
Sounds good.
for
Let's
you
do it.
guys. See what you guys remember from the movie. I will keep a score to see who has the most correct answers, and we'll crown our Wreck-It Ralph king at the end of it. So, all right, question number 1: what does Ralph do?
Rex
He
stuff?
wrecks things.
Wreck.
Wreck, ADM, Wreck, Raj.
He breaks the internet.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, then that'll work too.
Well, actually, it's going to be simple questions to start off, and then I'll get in deeper.
Mhm.
All right, what does Felix do?
Fix it.
Fix
Fix
stuff?
Fix things.
Okay, you guys are paying attention so far.
Okay.
What happens if you die outside of your game?
You've gone
You
further.
don't
Game over.
regenerate.
All right, Joe. I got Joan Barrage. Anybody else? All the same?
Mhm.
All the same.
Okay. Does Ralph win a medal and where?
Yes. He
Eventually.
does win. He wins a
Yes.
medal in Major Calhoun's video game, which I forget.
Heroes Duty.
Eventually.
Heroes. Thing.
He does not win it. He steals it.
All right, he steals it. Technicality.
Well, Penelope
yeah.
gave him one.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. And, I'll
It's still a medal in a way.
That's true. That's true. Hmm.
Okay, let's see the next one. What type of game is Sugar Rush?
It's a candy
Card
cart
game.
game.
Karting game.
Candy
It's a
cart.
karting game.
Racing card game.
Candy racing.
Let's see.
Heroes Duty.
Let's see. The next one would be what happens if Vanellope crosses the finish line?
The game resets.
The game resets
The game was it.
to
Part of the
factory
game again.
settings.
All right,
Yep.
Cool. All right, I'll move on to question 2.
Mhm.
Who says the following? I'm bad, and that's good. I will never be good, and that's not bad. There's no one I'd rather be than me.
The
Ralph?
villains
All the villains.
anonymous.
That's the villain's mantra, right?
Badanon.
Bad and on. Yeah.
Bad and on.
All right, who says this? I'm gonna wreck it.
Ralph.
Well,
Well,
Or
actually,
me.
actually, hang about.
me during my wedding night.
There's an anecdote. You know the channel, the Comedy Central roasts. Somebody actually said this to Sarah Silverman. He goes, "Oh, she's got a movie called Wreck-It Ralph because every guy she's with, when they look at her pussy, they're gonna wreck it and then they Ralph."
He took it one step further. Okay.
Yeah. They're gonna wreck it and then they're gonna
Ralph
Ralph.
to
I can't
take
remember
it
who said
further.
that.
All right, next one. Who says this? I can fix it.
Fix it,
Felix.
Felix.
Fix it, Felix.
Felix, yeah.
I did on our wedding night too.
Let's
Oh
see.
God.
Are you still thinking about it, Joel?
No. I'm trying to. I'm trying to remember something. But continue. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm trying to
okay.
remember something about the movie.
All
Anyway, go
right,
ahead.
let's see. Who says this? Racing is in my code.
Vanellope.
Reality.
Jesus Christ. All you guys
Mhm.
are on point. You guys are nerds.
Oh yeah.
For
You know what?
real.
Yeah, we've been upfront about that from the very beginning.
For
And
real.
who says turbotastic?
Turbo.
Turbo.
The King Candy use Turbo.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys are good so far. Now we're going to go into the multiple choice.
Hmm.
All right. What's the first rule of hero's duty? A, win a medal. B, no cuts, no butts, no coconuts. Or C, never interfere with the first person shooter.
Don't
Oh,
interfere
C.
with the first person shooter.
See. See.
C.
C.
All right. Cool.
First
Next
one to break.
question. What happens when Felix does a good job? He wins the medal, he falls in the mud, or he becomes a cybug.
Wins a medal.
He wins medal.
Oh, he wins a medal.
Medal. All right. Damn, you guys. Jesus Christ. Let's see the next one. What happens when Turbo abandons his game? A, both games were cut down. B, Turbo becomes famous. Or C, only Turbo's game was cut down.
Both games shut down.
Both games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both
The
games
first
got shut down
game.
because- yeah. People thought both games were glitching or faulty.
All right, let's see. What does King Candy say to Ralph? A, if Vanellope wins, he will not have the medal. B, if Vanellope races, the game might be put out. Or C, if Vanellope races, the king can die.
B.
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 The game will get out. The game will get pulled out.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go to our last section: true or false.
Hmm.
At the beginning, Vanellope knows how to drive a car. True or false?
False.
False.
Okay.
False.
She has to
You don't know
learn.
shit.
Yep.
She's like my wife.
All right, question number 2. Ralph loves being a bad guy.
No.
False.
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 Okay. And then we have Sergeant Calhoun falls in love with Felix.
Yes. True.
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 Yeah.
Well, Felix had to make the first move, but yes, he had to put the lips on the.
Well, not really. I mean,
yes, really. But she had
I mean,
trauma from her ex-man.
he did save her, and then and then Calhoun was like looking at him, and right then and there, she was already falling.
Yeah, but remember, she kicked him out the pod. She kicked him out the.
That was
When
after.
because of the fact that he said the line that reminded her of his lost love.
There you go.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
Dynamite girl.
Yes.
Dynamite
exactly.
girl.
Hmm.
All right. Well, we got another one. Felix can't repair anything.
Without the
False.
hammer, he can't.
He can. He can repair everything. He's got the hammer.
Hmm.
Without the hammer, he can't.
Oh yeah.
I like it when he tried to hammer
Wait,
The bars.
The bars.
the bars on
Okay.
it became
Joe, true or false?
Thicker. Yeah.
True or false, Joe?
False.
Joel says false. Okay.
Mhm.
Raj,
In regards to what?
Felix can't repair anything.
Cannot repair anything.
That's false.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. JDM,
false.
RV,
False.
Joe.
Situational, he cannot fix anything.
The fuck is wrong with you, man?
True or false? That's it.
False.
Okay.
See, this is why we can't be friends. Another reason. Yeah. Another reason.
Hey,
Let's
I'm drawn
see.
that way.
Whatever, man. I get a bit scared. If we was all in school, yeah, I could bring these guys around. My parents would be like, "Oh, these are such good kids, yeah." But all you have to do is open your mouth and say some crazy shit, and they're like, "This guy's like dumb. Don't be friends with him." That's what my parents would say. This guy's fucking crazy, man. He dropped on the head or something. This guy's such a chief. Why are you even friends with this guy? That's what my parents would say. Look at this guy.
Yeah, I'm just drawn that way.
You're not drawn that way. You're just crazy. You choose to behave like a loon. I don't understand you sometimes. Fucking loon.
All right, last one. King Candy is the rightful king of Sugar Rush.
He isn't.
False.
False.
He's a usurper.
He's the usurper.
Well, damn.
Robert
all my
Baratheon.
questions. All you guys are on point. So all you guys are the kings of Wreck-It Ralph.
Bonus points. Name 2 things that Ralph found in the lost and found box in Tapper's bar.
Zangief's briefs and the mushroom from Mario.
All right, very good, excellent. I thought JDM would have pulled out something else. I think JDM would be more familiar with it. Go ahead, JDM. The exclamation point from Metal Gear Solid, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was able to pull that out too. Funny.
Forget about
thing.
that.
All right.
Forgot.
All right, there you go.
To end it out, I will ask you guys a nice, fun closing question.
All right.
And all you guys can answer. So, if you could enter any video game world from the movie, which game would you choose? And what would your glitch or special ability be?
Street Fighter 2 tagging Cammy.
And penis enlargement would be a special ability. Yeah. So we'll be fighting Cammy, fucking Cammy. Anyway, go on.
Heroes Duty, God mode.
Heroes Duty God mode. RV.
Like IDDQD. Okay.
I think Street Fighter. I want to do Hadouken.
All right. You can even do that in Mega Man too.
Oh, that's true.
What about you, JDM?
Maybe Pac-Man.
Fuck you want to be in Pac-Man for?
Yeah.
That is the driest game ever.
Pac-Man, so I could attend that meeting place. Yes, they were inside the Pac-Man.
Those pills are not like magic or anything. They're not going to get you high that Pac-Man eats. Yeah, they're called power pills, but trust me, they're not all that. All right, nothing special about it.
I mean, you run around chomping down pills and seeing ghosts. You know, it's an LSD simulator. Think about it.
No, but you know what movie did a Pac-Man better? Pixels or Wreck-It Ralph?
Let's see.
Probably
Pixels definitely.
Pixels,
yeah, Pixels definitely, because they were able to translate how Pac-Man is a threat to the ghost monsters, and basically they were playing the ghost monsters around the city. I like that one.
And you saw the creator of the Pac-Man; he was in the film.
True.
But that cartoon was racist, though. There was a Pac-Man cartoon that was racist.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Pac-Man had a girlfriend. I kid you not, and she would call Pac-Man Packy for short. And obviously,
Paku, like Paku.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the '80s cartoon. No, in the '80s
that's
cartoon,
what I thought too.
Miss Pac-Man, and Baby Pac.
But yeah, it was called Puckman. That's changed to Pac-Man because people call it Fuckman. They graffitied it.
Puckman. Yeah, that was a little history given to for Pac-Man and Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah,
true. Vandalizing the arcade cabinets. Yeah.
All right, so I'll start with Joel. What is your biggest takeaway from the movie?
Biggest takeaway from the movie. It's Disney is capable of achieving great things in terms of storytelling, and people from all ages of life can enjoy a Disney movie that is well written. But the movie itself, my biggest takeaway, I would say, is again, you are how you were born. It's what you choose to do with what you were born with that defines you. A little bit of the what's that? Batman Begins. It's not who I am.
I was gonna say, Batman Begins.
Yeah,
not who I am. what I do.
Underneath this mask, it's what I do that defines me, or whatever. Yeah,
Should have just did this. You would have sounded like Bane.
yeah. I know.
But all right, and then what would you rate? And then part two of the question: what is your rating for the movie? What would you rate it?
I'd give it a good 9 out of 10. I'd give it a
9 out
good
of
9
10.
out of 10. Yeah. Mhm.
All right. What about you, Viraj? Your biggest takeaway from the movie?
I'm pretty much what Sir Joel says. Pretty much, I think it's appearances can be deceiving. And I think that's it. And it's always nice to be able to find someone that has the same problems as you and work through the same problem together. It's really about unity and friendship and finding someone you're trying. Yeah.
All of us. So you all click.
I give it I'll give it an 8 out of 10 personally for the film. That's my rating.
All right. And then before I move on to JDM, whoever is still participating in the chat, what would you guys rate the movie? All right, JDM, your biggest takeaway and your rating.
For me, don't be a bully. Yes. Regardless of the person's appearance or
look at this one. He's asking for it. He's in a white beater. He wore the bison cap. You know what I mean? And then some of the stuff he comes out
with. That's why he's showcasing that Street Fighter the movie is better than Mortal Kombat. Oh.
Also, another thing
about the 1990s movies. Which ones?
The one that you like, the old school Mortal Kombat movie is good, but the one that you like, the newer one now.
Okay, I like the newer one more. I think it's the better.
Okay, we will see. Another lesson also. Take care of your favorite video games. Don't make them look like beggars in Game Central.
Great.
Can we clip that too? Because that's actually a good saying right there.
Yes,
I agree with you.
Well, to be fair, Cuba isn't all that. You know what I mean? As a game, it wasn't very.
Put that one too.
The counter argument.
I don't know why you're fucking. All you ever play is RPGs. I don't know why you're fucking outraged. Is your problem?
Hey, the thing about Qbert is that it promotes. The thing about Qbert is that it promotes lateral thinking. You don't just move into 2D planes. You think about it in 3 dimensions in a way that is it's a pioneer in that respect. You don't think
isometric view.
Yes, in the isometric view. Yes.
What about you,
also
RV?
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
All right, cool. RV?
The movie, like everyone else said, the story, the teaches kids that just because you're bad, you can still do good. You know what I mean? So for that, along with all the other stuff I mentioned previously, I'm going to give it 9 medals out of 10.
And before we go to Joe, Jose says something. He says, "What if Pac-Man is the bad guy and the ghosts are just minding their own business?" Could be an argument statement for who wants to argue about it.
But you could always say that the ghosts are the KKK, but they decide to put different color sheets on them, and Pac-Man is black. You know what I mean? And then Pac-Man gets the pills, the magic pills that makes him strong to take out the KKK. The KKK are the evil guys.
Also, what you're saying is that black guys need drugs for you to fight, the KKK. Is that right?
They
okay, understood.
They need a bit of something. You know
understood.
What I mean?
Okay.
Right. You need some of that Mary Jane. You know
Fine.
What I mean?
Okay. All right.
Sugar.
All right, Joe, you're up. Takeaway, rating of the movie.
Right. First of all, again, fuck Eugene. That's the main takeaway. The movie can be viewed by all ages, and there's a special messaging to all. The kids will like this because of the visuals, knowing what's right and wrong. For the teenagers, who's asking or at least finding some self-discovery, okay, responding to peer pressure, dealing with their own insecurities. And for the adults, the idea of it's not too late to change. Okay, so again, story writing, all in there. All right, I will give it 9 wreck pussies out of 10, only because because I wanted those villains to could have done something a little bit more than the cameos that they were on. But that's just me. And certainly I'm not the only one who thinks that way. There it is. Back to you, Sir One.
All righty. Well, for everybody listening and watching, I mean, that was our episode on Wreck-It Ralph, the movie, the review. You got everybody's inputs, everybody's thoughts. Everybody, gave it a good rating. Pretty much 9s across the board. I will tag along and I will do a 9 as well with everybody.
9.
So now this is our part of the episode where we can do our shameless plugs.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Want to take it away, Joe?
Robbie, where can they? What's a good tagline here?
Wreck it, you're Ralph.
Where
They can fix your feelings.
Ralph, go.
Fix your feelings.
Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in, and if you listen to the podcast, thank you for listening. Yes, you can catch us again next week, same time, same day, as well as Saturday Smart Talk every first Saturday of the month. Back to you, Sir Joe.
All right, thank you for that, Sir RV. How about Sir JDM? Where can they sugar your rush?
You can follow me on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. 123 Go Retro. Last week I've been playing Vagrant Story. I did a new game. I'm going to try and get the most powerful weapon in that game again after how many years? Like almost 2 decades. So catch me live on Twitch.
All right, thank you for that, Sir JDM. How about Sir Joel? Where can they hero your duty?
All right. Well, thank you very much to everybody for watching today's episode of the review of Wreck-It Ralph, the movie. You can find me almost always here on the Timeless Gamers Show, unless real life gets in the way. And I recently tried streaming again just to double check my settings on my live stream. So you can find me on twitch.tv, on kick.com, on Rumble, and on the brand new streaming platform streamer.live, streamr.live, which is a brand new, very light streaming site. You might want to check that out, create your own account. Recently, I tried streaming a game on Game Pass called Quarantine Zone, which has you as that guy who checks people who are coming into a zombie quarantine zone, whether they're infected or not, and you assign them as to whether they're going to be going into quarantine, whether they're going into a safe area, or where they're going to be shot behind the wall. So yeah, it's a fun little game. You guys might want to check it out. For those of you with with those simulator, like Barnyard Simulator, or a PC building simulator type of games, it's cool. You might want to try it out. Back to you, Joe.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Joel. And how about Sir Viraj? Where can they lala your lala?
You can find me on the Sega Genesis group on Facebook. You can find me on this podcast whenever I can come. And you can follow me.
Keep it in your pants.
You find, you can, and I'm on X under Bygone Games UK if you want to see my pickups, because I buy and sell retro games. And that's basically it, really. Back to you.
All right. Thank you for that, Sir Viraj. And how about the captain of the show for this evening, Sir Juan?
What's up, everybody? Well, thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Wreck-It Ralph movie review. I know we kind of went on and on and on and rambled, but what can you do? That's what we do. We talk shop. But you guys can find me on the TGS show weekly. Even our Saturday Smirk Talk, once every Saturday, the first Saturday of the month. You can also find me on socials and gaming platforms as the Raiders. Like Joel, I'm trying to tweak my OBS stuff so I can start streaming here again. So I will see you guys on the next episode. Back to you, Joe.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Juan. And that's the show, guys. We'll see you all next time. And as always, our games and our bodies may grow out of date, but our gaming experiences will forever remain
Timeless.
Yes. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and we'll see you guys again next week. Bye for now.
Adios. Bye.